He's already driving. Look at him. He's already on. How did you put yourself on, Paul? Get off. He's keen to jump on quickly. You're already on the stream there, Paul. Well done. Welcome to Postgame Live, everyone. After the Cats are into another preliminary final, the 14th time in 19 years. 16 goals, 16, 112 to 74, 11 goals, 8 to the Brisbane Lions. And don't we love it? And we've got a big show tonight. This is Postgame Live. My name is Ben Reeve. And, the Cats do it again. Get a bit of payback on those Brisbane Lions after losing the last 3. Didn't we look terrific tonight? I don't know. You don't want to go too early and say we're going to win the whole thing, but, geez, after a performance like that, a commanding performance, and we'll get to the umpiring decision. We will get there. I'm sure we'll get some guests on, and I'm sure they'll talk about it. But apart from that, Geelong really just dominated the whole night. Absolutely dominated the whole night. Heroes everywhere for the club. Just tremendous performance from the Cats. Absolutely tremendous. All right. Paul's driving home from his corporate suite at the MCG. He's ready to go. I'll get rid of that. And here he is. What's going on, mate?
Thanks
Good to see you
a moment ago.
That's all right. I saw you at the end as well. You couldn't help yourself. You had to get on TV at the very end as the players were coming.
Right, I had no idea. I mean, I was by the race, so I guess it was a decent chance. But...
Oh, you had to have a keen eye to spot you, but you were definitely there. The camera didn't zoom in. You're not that special, but take me through this game, mate. You've had a big day. You got there early. You got your seat. What do you think?
Oh, look, I mean, it was a great spectacle, as I think people would have seen from my social stuff, and I guess those who spotted me on the TV. I had a pretty primo sort of spot right by the race. Which was great. But in terms of the spectacle itself, awesome. The Cats played a great game. Obviously, there's a lot to be said about Cam Rayner and the umpiring. I had a pretty good angle of that Cam Rayner thing, and obviously it's been all televised anyway, so I think everyone can kind of pick it. But geez, that was soft as butter. That prick can get fucked. Is it too early? What are we, 3 minutes in? Yeah, it's soon enough. It's early enough. He can get fucked.
Let's make the show all about the umpires after a 38-point win. But we've got plenty of time to talk about the umpires. Let's talk about the game a little bit outside of that. Going into it, mate, did you have a lot of confidence in this win, or did you wake up feeling all the doom and gloom feelings?
No, I felt like the win was the more likely outcome. I wasn't going to sit here and say we, outright favourites and we should win by anywhere near as much as we ultimately did. I wasn't, picking any of those things, but I did expect a win. I was a little bit shocked when I was kind of seeing not that we care too much about the betting odds, but as I was seeing the betting odds just over the course of the week coming in and in and in, I'm like, what are they seeing that we're not? But to the boys' credit, they played an awesome game. And thoroughly deserved the win. And obviously, had it not been for some dodgy umpiring, probably 3 different free kicks in the end, the Tom Stewart one bundled in there with the 2 Rayner ones, we could have won by much more. So, but obviously, real highlight, and I'm sure I can't really see the comments when I'm looking at the mobile version like this. So I don't know if you've already discussed it as well, because there was a 30-second period there where you surprised me, but I was in the car park, so I barely had reception, so that was an absolute killer for me. All of a sudden, you're on the screen and the stream started. But Oisin Mullen's goal is the real highlight for me. That's obviously he's come so close. Well, actually, no, he hasn't really. His kicks have been atrocious for goals so far this year. But he's been having shots and getting nowhere near it. But nailed his first, and that was awesome.
And let's not. I mean, that was great. That was a terrific highlight. But Hugh McCluggage, you've been Oisined. You have been Oisined. You don't know what hit you tonight. You could tell.
Oisin's going to be emptying his pockets a little bit later, and he's going to pull out his wallet, his phone, his keys, and Hugh McCluggage.
That's right. He's right. You could see McCluggage on the bench at one stage, just like, man, why did I have to get Mullen today? You could see it all over his face. It's like, mate, you haven't lost the game yet. You've got 2.5 quarters to go, and he's absolutely looked defeated.
Just flat as a day. What were his numbers in the end? Sorry, I mean McCluggage's numbers.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'll pull it up. Hoggage had...
And for him, and it was something I was discussing with the Paul James show in the lead-up, that for my mind, the big stat for him is specifically his disposal efficiency. Now, of course, that always drops a little bit in the finals. But,
14 touches.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yep.
pretty well pocketed.
Pretty much, where is he ranked in terms of the Brisbane players? In terms of, about bottom third of all Brisbane players on the night. Levi Ashcroft got subbed out. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't realise. I thought it must have been Lockie Neal at the end there, given he's blown his calf out from the look of it.
Yeah, I think his season probably looks done, unless there's a miracle somehow. I don't know.
But really, Levi Ashcroft, I mean, it turns out that on this team we've got the best young player in the competition and the real rising star, the one true rising star. Like,
sure,
Levi, you can at least stay on the ground, but he's that shit and they benched him. You can't win a rising star if you're getting benched in a final, subbed in a final.
No, you can't. You can't. Yeah, but Jai Clark, do we give him the 3 votes? Where a lot of us were, me included, I will admit, I wasn't super enthused about the decision to play Jai, and you sort of felt like, yeah, if we don't get any injuries or there's no massive move that we need to make because we're 5 goals down, we probably won't see a lot of Jai anyway. But yeah, he came on.
For the 3 minutes he spent on the ground, he got 3 votes.
Yep, 3 votes. Give it to him.
It's a shame that it's a shame that Tyson Stengel missed that shot because he laced him out perfectly. There should have been the goal assist to his name.
Yep.
Instead, just a simple score involvement.
Yep. Oh, well, that's all right.
Yeah, look, I mean, I can't remember where I put it. I think I put it in the Discord. It probably hit socials and those sorts of things as well. That I don't know if Jai... So I don't think I was nearly as critical of the decision as I think a lot of people that I've seen. But at the same time, he still probably wouldn't have been the one that I chose, given, okay, we've got a schoolyard pick here. I mean, we had, it was high-fiving Ollie Henry and Jed Buse in the race on pre-game. Like, either of these blokes I probably would have picked over Jai. Just given the occasion, given his size, I think I'm really sold on the energy and the type of game that Jai wants to play, but his body just isn't there yet.
No, not yet.
And so I just sort of thought either of those two would be the more logical pick, but they went with him, and admittedly a very, very small window of time, and Brisbane were absolutely done at that point. But he took his opportunities when they were there, so it's all you can do. But I do believe I've just kind of been stewing on it over the course of the week, and then certainly once he got selected, I feel like, there's obviously been a fair bit of criticism because he hasn't quite come along in the leaps and bounds that everyone had hoped straight away, and obviously there was the Joel Selwood comparisons, which probably didn't help. But I sense a little baby Hulk Guthrie story around him.
Do you?
Like
okay.
He's trying to play the right game, and I think that's why he's getting rewarded and he's getting the opportunities. He's playing the right game, and then once, like, he'll just have one pre-season where all of a sudden his body just blows out, and he'd be good to go.
He'll get opportunities, and hopefully he stays fit. And when those opportunities do come along, like, he might force his way into the side with another pre-season potentially, but you can see his opportunity. If Geelong side stays as is, it'll be because of a vacancy, I suppose, rather than him forcing his way. That's how I see it. But who knows? Maybe he'll have the best pre-season ever and come back 7 kilos heavier, an absolute wrecking ball. A bit like, he's not the same body type as Sean Manor, but goodness me, you don't want to get in the way of someone like... there's a few strong boys in this team, isn't there? I love it.
Yeah.
Danger was throwing himself around.
Danger, yeah. You expect nothing less, right?
Yeah.
And he did, the Cats did exactly what I picked during the show, that he would be there for the first bounce, just to be a bit of a tone setter, and he got out there and threw his body around, did a great job.
Mark O'Connor, he's just too big, too strong, and Cam Rayner couldn't handle it. Went to ground.
Cam Rayner.
Hulk Guthrie, baby Guthrie, too big, too strong. Cam Rayner straight to the ground. How many fines for Cam Rayner, do you reckon?
For staging. At least one.
question in the chat. I'll have to read it out to you because you are driving at 1,000 k's an hour.
I'm stuck in the middle between Exhibition and Burke Street at the moment. I'm just quietly hoping that the lights don't change while I'm sitting in the middle of it.
Nice.
So go on.
Can you get Paul to comment on Coach Lucas's comments that Chris Scott is under pressure now? This is from Shadu.
Suck shit, Lucas, you dumb fuck.
We haven't got Lucas in the chat yet.
He's quick to go jumping off the bandwagon, is old Coach Lucas. It's not why he's not the real coach.
No, well.
Hashtag not my coach.
Oh, hashtag not my coach. Oh, mate. So is it, we could look ahead till next week. I suppose we could. And I just feel like I just want to just marinate in this one a little bit longer, though. But there is the possibility. I'll just put it out there. There is a possibility of a Geelong Hawthorn prelim. And wouldn't that be something special? It's a shame we can't get him in the grand final. We can't get him in a granny, but yeah, we might be a bit sick on the way to the corporate suite, maybe.
Yeah, no, the corporate suite, it won't be the same once we sit down and start that game.
Yeah. How was the crowd?
We're dispersing this narrative. I have no corporate suite.
Go with it. How was the crowd around you, though? I mean, I know they're all hoity-toity types, but how was the
mostly Geelong people. There was lots of banter flying.
Yep.
I was right, as we've touched on, I was right by the race, so that's basically the separation between the MCC and the real unwashed masses. And so you're getting a lot of comments, and I was really thoroughly enjoying the waving that was going on to all the Brisbane supporters who were leaving early.
Doing the farewell? No.
Man, I'm sure there was some smart comments in there, but for the most part, it was just everyone would just turn around and just start waving to them.
Yep.
A lot more decorum than what the Brisbane supporters showed us after the prelim final last year. So a
bit more decorum than the Adelaide supporters, maybe. I don't know.
Well, yeah, they're not. I don't know what's going on there.
Don't know what's going on there. We'll leave that one. Who at the game? You were about 3 rows from the fence. Was that about right, or a bit further back than that?
Yeah, about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It was a weird one. I had the 7 camera team kind of right in front, so that takes out a few rows straight away. So I was about third back from that.
And so, from your viewpoint, which of the Geelong players particularly stood out for you? I mean, you can do your 3-2-1 if you like, but I'm probably more interested in who sort of caught your eye. It doesn't even have to be the best players on the ground. Like for me, it's like these guys that just the unsung heroes for me are the ones like Connor O'Sullivan. Like, man, first final. Goodness me,
he was good. He was really, really strong. No, really, really impressed. For me, the player that stuck out the most, I don't know if he's going to be the best on ground. I'll have to do a rewatch for that. But just the eye test and like popping up and being important when it mattered was Sean Manor.
Yes.
He was just explosive at points. Was shaking people off. Was a little bit of shake and bake on occasions as well. And kind of, I think it might have been actually Levi Ashcroft that completely fell in his wake at one point as he shimmied around him. He was so clean, so polished. I don't know what his disposal efficiency was. I'm sure he turned over a few more or some that, he burnt someone and then didn't quite lace someone out as a result. But he was just so important through the contest and so poised. I was really, really impressed by him. I was completely stunned by just how much of the ball Ollie Dempsey had. I mean, obviously his goal was unreal, but Brian might have to hand his title over as Lionel Messi. But it was just like everything around that though. It was just at least from where I was, and admittedly he works on the wing, and he was on the far wing to the side of the ground I was on. So, or typically I should say. So probably obscured a little bit, but it was a really unassuming sort of performance in a lot of ways from what I could tell from where I was. But then I started looking at the numbers, and obviously he kicked these 3 goals, and I couldn't believe just how much impact he'd had. But again, from my position, it would have been pretty obscured. So
yeah, he's just he was terrific. Jezza started. I think he had like 6 shots on goal in the first quarter. I'm like, what is going on here? And And then I was a little bit concerned, I must admit, a little bit concerned about Shannon Neal.
4 goals, 11. Oh.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried there, but Shannon came into it towards the end of the game, which was nice. Didn't win the game for the Cats, but showed some good signs heading into the next final. You got to get these ones. More finals we get into these young guys, the better. So,
look, I would say anyone, regardless of their level of experience, when you're going against Harris Andrews, if you kick 1 or 2, you've had a good game.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, just in case Lucas tunes in now or after the fact, Tim Membry wouldn't have come anywhere near 1 or 2 goals tonight against that bloke. Because Harris Andrews was, for my mind, the best player that Brisbane had on the night. He was absolutely sensational. Just the poise, the balance. He was phenomenal. And it wasn't because Shannon Neal was performing poorly. It was just like he's just an incredible defender.
Probably a shout out to the Oppo. What's his name? Josh Dunkley. Really good tonight. Really, really good. 30 touches and a goal.
He just kept going.
And 11 tackles. He was incredible. So got a shout out. He probably would be in the top 3 on the ground. It's pretty hard to award. You don't get a medal for in qualifying finals. They probably should hand out some kind of thing. But no, he was incredible tonight. And yeah, I mean, Kai Lohman bobbed up for a couple, but he was largely invisible for most of the night.
He's a wanker. The way
they're going to have to make a call.
Especially after he kicked that goal and then they recalled it and he kicked it behind. Suck shit, mate.
Mate. They might have to have a discussion about what to do with Charlie Cameron, because that looked like a bit of a weakness. I know that's an easy one to sort of an easy path to go down. Get rid of Cameron, blah, blah, blah. But, gee, they've stuck with him a long time, and it's do or die at this point. Sudden death from here on. So, I don't know. You'd want to be sure that he's still got something to offer at this point in time. But
no, I think he's too dynamic for them to drop. But at the same time, he's had a very poor year. He's had a really poor year. But he's also the sort of player that if the ball just bounces his way, as it did with the very first goal of the game, obviously, if the ball just bounces his way a couple times, that can spark anything, and who knows from there. So, I would agree. Like, he didn't have a great game. He hasn't really had a great season, but I don't think he's the sort of player that if you're Brisbane, you can afford to drop. But also, I mean, and look, not knowing their list super well, I can't really think of anyone who would necessarily step in and take his role either. So,
no, that's true. I mean, you are what you are at this point in time. As Hoyne says on SEN, you are who you are. You can't really change it at this point in time. Brisbane probably just need to stick it out to the end with Charlie Cameron, do or die. You either win it or you lose it, and maybe he'll show up. Look, I still maintain, and I could have egg on my face in a few weeks' time, but I think it's a Geelong Brisbane grand final, and I don't think it'll be as one-sided next time around. Even with the likelihood that Lachie Neale has probably played his last game this year. I mean, stranger things have happened. Send him off to Germany, get him that calf's blood, possibly, but unlikely to recover in 3 weeks' time. So, yeah, I don't see that happening. If we play Adelaide, looks like we're not playing it. We're playing out. If we play Adelaide, it won't be with Isaac Rankin, and we won't go into that again. We've talked about that one to death, but yeah, do you think Geelong plays Brisbane in the grand final? Or do you think there's are you swayed by the way Collingwood played last night? Is that sort of, have they jumped into your calculations?
No, I'm not swayed by the Pies. I think for as much as they absolutely were an improved Collingwood team last night, I think I saw it in the Discord for throughout kind of the first half that I think a few people had actually said during that game that we could trounce either of those two teams the way they were playing, and I don't think the Pies necessarily lifted too much in the second half either. I just think the Crows kind of fell away. I don't think they played overly well. But who could it be? So it's going to be either on that side of the draw, assuming for a second that we make it. It's what, Pies versus either Freo and Gold Coast?
Yeah, but then could be a Q clash.
Or Brisbane.
What do you call it? Not the Q clash. What do you call it? The Super Clash.
Q clash is what they called it. No, Q clash is what they called it.
You call it the Super Clash, though. We know that.
No, I called it like the Sydney Smash when I couldn't work out. I couldn't think of the Battle of the Bridge, which is bullshit.
Shout out to Bussy Sniffer. Ben is still the best host, and we all know that, Bussy. But thank you for just letting Paul know that while he's on the chat, while he's on the call. Now, Paul, I haven't got 4 hours in me, Bussy. Paul might. He might not. No, he's probably tired because he's had a few late nights lately and needs to sleep. I reckon we get Paul to wake up nice and early.
It's pretty hard on Wednesday nights, so I'm just.
You need to get up early. Get up early and do a breakfast show, Paul. Do a live breakfast show because the fans need a bit more Geelong content tomorrow morning. I know you've got the little kids, and have you still got footy Auskick, or is that done for the year? Feed us something. Feed us a match review. Feed us a reaction video at least.
Yeah, of course.
Oh man, mate, this was a special win. I don't know where. Probably not the greatest Geelong finals win of all time, but it did. It's probably just the sum of. Yeah, it's grand finals obviously, but finals apart from grannies. But it's just the sum of this football club over so many years, and just doing it again, like the 14th time in 19 years into a preliminary final. It's extraordinary what this club's done, and I won't say it'll never happen again. But have you ever seen something like this in any sport other than sports with the salary cap like EPL, Manchester United every other year, or back in the day it was? It's just crazy what Geelong's doing.
Yeah, they're continuing to kind of defy logic. Yeah, we're very fortunate. And the envy probably of every other support, whether they might want to admit it or not, the envy of probably every other supporter in the comp. So
it's one of those things. I think they probably don't respect the fans because we're a bunch of nuffies, but I think they respect the club. But they hate us because and I would too. Like I absolutely hated on the Brisbane Lions during their heyday because they were in grand finals every year, and I don't just hate Hawthorn because they beat us in a couple of grand finals. I hate them because they were in grand finals so much during my younger years as a kid. Like I'm sick of watching Hawthorn in grand finals, beating up on teams every year. I'm just over it.
Yeah, I think Hawthorn's probably the closest parallel for us because you talk about Brisbane, obviously 4 grand finals in 4 years, but they popped up, they had their success and they fell away. Geelong popped up, had their success through 7, 9, and 11. And just haven't gone away.
Hang on, I'm just gonna do something a little bit odd. So make sure you concentrate on the road. I'm gonna bring Kyri's just got me laughing in the green room, so I'm just gonna pop Kyri and have a 3-way, a menage a trois with Kyri at the moment.
Oh my god! Full screen him for a sec.
Oh, how do I do? Oh, hang on.
Let those nits fly.
Yeah, the lid's off, the shirt's off as well. Come on,
get mate,
milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Oh, mate. I'll chat with you in a bit, Kyri. Hang in there, mate. I'll be back to you soon.
Rug up, get warm, and he'll bring you back soon.
Oh, man. Yeah, so we've got to watch the replay of this one. We're going to watch it a few more times before. We've got 2 weeks to kill, really. So are you going to head back to the end?
What are we going to do content-wise now?
Well, we'll just have to do some content on the other finals, but it's a bit of a Geelong show.
Charlie Curnow 2.0, the conversation about him. We'll revisit that. We'll
rehash that video, repackage that one, and spit it out again.
Who else has been tied to us in the last few days? Did anyone?
Well,
not really. It's just revisit. Like Charlie's just popped up, so said he wants to take a pay cut to come here. Would you blame him after that?
Exactly. I'm sure there'll be some players out there. I mean, Zach Butters, that's another one. Just repackage that one and send it out again. And, maybe. There's probably no change. As you said, I think you've been maintaining he's going to stay with Port Adelaide for another year, and then we'll see what happens. As I keep saying, though, get in the bloody queue, everyone. We can't get you in the front door at the same time. You're just going to have to wait your turn at the Geelong Football Club if you want to come and play for the Cats. Harley Reid, stuff you. He's got obviously longer term plans and is all about the money at the end of the day, and good for him.
He's taken his 2 years, and then I think it's just to put some pressure on the Eagles to do something. It's a very Naz style thing, obviously without $2 million per season attached to it, though.
Yeah, I think so. All right, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions, and then I'll let you give you 3, 2, 1. All right.
Jesus, I don't know if I have a 3. Oh, fuck you, mate. Jesus.
Bailey Smith, first final for the Cats. How do you think he performed with your own eyeballs at the game?
It's like he seemed like he was pretty clean. Popped up when it counted. I think in that in that second half in particular. I think it was really important at the beginning of that third quarter that off the back of how the second quarter had ended, with how contentious it all was, and the Cam Rayner free kicks and those sort of things, and maybe Brisbane getting a sniff with some momentum again to kind of come out and bury them pretty early on. And I think he made a few big statements really early on in the piece. So,
yep.
I think he played a great game.
Tom Atkins, he's an absolute beast. No, 9. I think it was 9 tackles, 9 or 10 tackles. 10 tackles for Tom Atkins. Extended his lead on Matt Rao. Matt's probably got 1 game to go. Can't see. I mean, he's already got the home and away record, but as long as we're still alive, we're still counting these tackles in a single season. So, can he get 300? Is it possible? We've given up on Jezza.
Just like can Jezza get 100?
That's your next video, Paul. Can Tom get 300 tackles? Is 300 on the cards? Probably not.
We're scraping the bottom of the barrel if you want to go down that path.
We pretty much are. He'd have to be doing it really hard. Now, one last player, but then I'll get you to 3, 2, 1s. Tyson Stengel, you kind of talked about him a little bit, but I've been really banging on about how he's about to ignite, and that prediction hasn't really borne any fruit. I'm a bit concerned about Tyson. Do you feel like we should just hold our stocks in Tyson for a little bit longer? I mean, he did some great things, and he's been doing some great things over the past month, but he's just, unfortunately, it's not converting into goals for him at this stage. Well, not a big day out anyway.
Yeah, I think he's been wobbly in front of the sticks, but in terms of just the game he's playing, he's been playing some pretty good football now for a month or so. It's just the conversion in front of the sticks, which has been uncharacteristically off lately. So he just needs to. He's not in the form slump that Charlie Cameron is, but I think it's very much the same thing. He just needs 1 or 2 to bounce his way, capitalise on a few goals, get his tail up, and off he goes.
Exactly. You messaged me before the game, last one before you do 3, 2, 1, but you did message me before the game that Marco kind of gave you a little wink and a smile. You didn't say that, but
Hoops Crew fan. Mark the Shark, he's a Hoops Crew fan.
And he blew a kiss and all that sort of stuff. Do you reckon there's a bit of recognition there, or he's just been friendly with the fans?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to presume too much. His bloke's an elite level AFL footballer, and I'm some mug on the internet that tries to think he knows about the game. But there was certainly there was almost like I recognise you for some reason sort of look. When he first walked out, so then on the way back when he kind of gave the little nod, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe he did actually recognise me. So
he probably thought you were Jamie Cripps from West Coast, your doppelganger. he's come to watch a bit of footy in September.
You just need to start hustling the club a little bit to get a few of these interviews going, or just pass me an email address and I'll start doing it myself. And
I might have to. I'll try something. All right, let's get you 3, 2, 1s, and then I'll let you get home and put your Ninja Turtle pajamas on because I know that's important to you.
Yeah, very important to me. My 3, I don't even know.
What's the eye test? Don't look at that. No, but that's okay. We don't want you to look at the stats. We don't want you to be affected by this and that.
My 3, 2, 1 that will go to the Hoopies will end up ultimately, I would imagine, being different to what I'm giving you now. But I'm going to go with, just based on my eye test and like how dynamic I said he was before, I'm going to go with Sean Manor, Ollie Dempsey for the 2.
Yep. And
Tom Stewart with the 1.
Where are you, Paul? I can hear some coppers flying past you.
Flemington Road. Flemington Road. About to cross onto over Flemington Road. The Ambos are heading the other way.
Oh, okay. It's the Ambo siren. Well, mate, I'll let you go. I've got a couple other guests on. I've got Ethan, who's been jumped in early. I've got Goth Mama Cat. I'm going to get you on, Goth Mama Cat. Don't worry. I will get you on. And then hopefully Kyri will keep the nipples free for a little bit longer. But, mate, hopefully you'll be doing your reaction video tomorrow morning. Is that right?
Yeah, I'll get the reaction video tomorrow for sure.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, stay tuned for that. We'll have that probably before midday, I'm guessing, everyone. Earlier the better, but we'll see how we go in the morning. It's a bit of Paul's having a late night, and he's got some parental responsibilities in the morning, I'm sure. So, mate.
Yeah, some brownie points to earn back after disappearing for the footy tonight. So
That's right. Well, you get 2 weeks off too, so you got a couple of weeks to get some more brownie points, and then hopefully we play a minnow team, and you can take the whole family to the game somehow. That'd be nice.
Just got to get some daytime or even twilight footy, and that'll be okay for them.
Perfect. Saturday twilight. That's the spot. That is the spot on the prelim weekend. Collingwood Friday night, Cats twilight Saturday. Bang, done.
Sounds absolutely perfect.
Perfect timing, mate. Enjoy that one. Enjoy the replay.
Thanks, mate. Enjoy everyone. Enjoy the show. Kyri, get those nips out.
See you, buddy. I cut him off. He's still talking. I cut him off early. Hang on. Sorry.
I was just stressing, like, it's fine, Kyri. Just whip him out. Nothing to see here. Nothing to worry about. Just give him a quick 10 seconds while he's here.
Beautiful.
Is he still there? Is his shirt off? There he is.
All right. Take care.
See you, mate.
Whipped him off. All right. He's gone. All right. It's time for Ethan. Wow. Tell me about it.
6:20 a.m. and things feel pretty good right now. That was probably the best we've played this year.
Possibly. Yep.
It's up there with the Sydney game. I think there's still like a couple tiny things we could do a little better, but man, to match up with that midfield at stoppages is just, first off, it's a massive testament to O'Sheen holding down McCluggage, who's been brilliant all year. Neil and Dunkley got theirs, but weren't super important. Like, it felt like Neil was going to go off for a minute in that third quarter, and then we shut him back down. And Dunkley we made sure that he wasn't efficient enough to really be that much of a concern. And I thought just everyone played their role the way they needed to. You know, there have been legit concerns over 5-second pause. Brian wants in. Hold on. I didn't
bring Brian in. For those that aren't familiar, Brian is the cat.
You're screaming. Come on in.
Brian is the cat of Ethan.
Picking you up.
I'm getting a good look at Ethan's bookshelf.
I know you're scared of strangers, but you have to appear.
Brian makes not a debut. It's probably his third or fourth appearance on the show.
This is Brian. Little Brian. Brian Harambe.
Brian Harambe. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Mr. Baby. He just turned 5 last week, or 2 weeks ago now.
Happy birthday. September.
Turned 5 on the 24th.
Very nice.
So his birthday is 8/24 or 24/8, which adds up to 32.
It is. Grind my eyes.
Anyway, just everyone playing their role. Like, Danger's willingness to sacrifice himself and crash packs was great. Against a team that can really rack up the uncontested possessions, they were talking pregame about that. Was listening to Dunstall talk about that. And when they played Freo a couple weeks ago in what was, a finals type game, they totally controlled the uncontested play. And we forced them into contested marks and crashed packs and had guys there ready to crumb, which was a bit of a concern because I didn't know if we had the speed to be able to do some of that, and we totally did.
Yep. Ball movement. Speed of ball movement helps. We've got a couple of absolute sprinters in the side, but it's the way we use it with that precision.
Like, if you add up, the speed across our entire team, we've got a couple of the fastest guys in the league. We have some guys that are pretty slow too, but everyone did their part. I mean, as great as Tom Atkins is, I worry about his, ability just talent-wise to stack up against some of the other best. He had 42 pressure acts tonight. That's even better than the 10 tackles, which, by the way, 10 tackles, that makes him an octopus.
What? Why is
But,
that?
yes.
Very good. Very good.
But just, our ability to play packs, our ability in the aerial game was better than I had seen in so long. I was really impressed that we were able to do that. And after the first quarter, we didn't let their forwards really leak out the back much because that was a bit of a concern early.
It was.
And once Fletcher kind of came back to earth because he was on fire to start, we made them just look like it was kind of like what GWS did to us up at the showground, where it was just like, it doesn't matter what you do, we're better than you tonight.
They tried going up the guts a couple of times through the middle, but for the most part, they just couldn't get their system to work tonight. And Geelong, to their credit, just brought this manic it's finals. You'd expect them to bring their pressure game tonight, but it was just Brisbane just could not get anything going tonight. A couple of times we saw it, and a couple of times they threatened, but it was just on Geelong's terms for about 80% of the evening, maybe more. And
the whole defense,
the
back line was so good tonight. Jack Henry and Tom Stewart. Stewart, 11 intercepts. Henry, how many one-on-ones did he contest? I guess not that many because it was mostly just he only got credited with 2 spoils. That does not sound right. He did have 4 intercept marks. Intercept marks, let's see. Stewart 6, Henry 4. And I think Henry's were usually he had less room to operate with. But they played so well that it let DeConing roam the ground. DeConing was able to fill in the ruck when needed. We did pretty well for ourselves without Reese. Now, I totally, you've talked many times, Reese brings his best against the best. So, against a guy like Darcy Fort, maybe it wouldn't have gone so well. I knew that, replacing Reese by himself, that's something we can handle. The challenge is that we didn't get to have Blitzov do his thing against Andrews. And Andrews, to his credit, did have a really nice game for them. I think he is the polished turd, although Loman gets some consideration as well. But, it would have been nice. And there were times when we shouldn't have kicked anywhere in Andrews' neighborhood. Because we did the right thing. We challenged the right guys. No, Lester and Gardner, we're going to make you beat us. Yeah. And Lester, other than one really nice handball sequence he was involved in, had a really crappy game.
He was getting killed by Jezza early.
And Gardner just kind of looked older and slower.
Yep.
And that's something where a healthier Tom Duday would have really helped them. I think that and Kadeen Coleman. I think if you look at Brisbane's season, they've had this happen now with both Duday and Coleman, who came back in after long injury layoffs and then immediately got hurt again. And I think that's evidence that they probably rushed those guys back a bit. So when we're critical, there are times when, it's frustrating when we have someone who's supposed to be out for 2 weeks and, 7 weeks later, they still haven't come back in. This is a testament to being patient with injuries and really waiting for a guy to get back to 100% and build their stamina up. Because those are a couple guys that Brisbane could have really used.
Should we? I'm going to go real stupid here. Toby Conway's to be confirmed or indefinite. What happens if he's ready? If Reese isn't back and Toby's ready to go on grand final day? Do we just go with the triple-headed monster and DeConning, Neil, and Blitzarves, or?
I think so. Although the odds of Conway being back ahead of Stanley are about as good as the odds of Sydney Sweeney walking through my door right now.
Yep.
I think if anyone's getting back, it's, it would be Stanley. And I think then just, Clark would come out and then you'd have to choose between Bose and Martin as the sub. Offensively, Bose had a pretty nice game. Once when we got him away from the midfield, where he's not fast enough for that, but he's got use both, around the edges of both 50s. And when we get him back in there, good things happen.
Can I just say, Bose, or as I call him tonight, Big Game Bose, he is my hero of the night. I am giving him the biggest cuddle if I see him on Paco tomorrow morning. He was terrific. And I was saying to Paul early, he's not the best player on the ground, but man, did he play a great game. And I was so worried that he wouldn't be up to it, but he was. He was terrific. And he had
I'm looking through my notes. I wrote his name down 4 times, and all 4 were positive. The stretch of 3 straight goals in the second quarter. He had the first one after Mana slipped out of a Dunkley tackle. Sean Mana quietly really important again.
Yep.
Then Bose has the kick that bounces to Dempsey in the goal square. And then let's see. He knocks down an Achi kick to lead to Bailey Smith's goal. And before that the sequence that led to, Dempsey's ridiculous one-timer, first you had Zach Bailey getting away with a more obvious throw than anything we saw in last night's game. And there were a bunch of throws both ways last night between Adelaide and Collingwood. They both got away with a ton of throws, but Bailey's tonight was really egregious. Anyway, Bose had the vision to see Brad Close way out on the right side. And I think this sequence kind of summed up what we did tonight. Close then kicks to a 2v2 contest. And in the pack, Dangerfield can't mark, but is able to bring it to ground. Then slips out of Darcy Gardner's tackle, and then has the kick that Dempsey's able to run in and tap home. And we should all be really thankful that Ollie Dempsey stopped growing and gave up basketball.
Yep.
I mean, would have been cool if he had played in the NCAA tournament. Would have been nice, but I think he's on the right path.
I think he might have chosen wisely, as they say in the Indiana Jones movie. You have chosen wisely. He was great. And he was another one, a bit like, I've loved his season this year, but I just felt like, is the moment going to be too big for him?
He's the one I trust the most,
really,
honestly, in big moments in any situation. I'm surprised Champion Data actually has him only as 7th best, our 4th best. That
doesn't make sense to me. That's not what the eye test would say. I mean, you and I
thought he was the absolute best. Champion Data has Holmes, then Stewart, then Fort, Will Ashcroft, Atkins, Bailey. And then you get down to Dempsey. But
Stewart was good, but I think he benefited from a lot of the pressure, the team defense squeezing Brisbane players into hurried kicks, which, as you know, when you're playing a loose in defense, sometimes those hurried kicks end up on the chest of Tom Stewart because you haven't really thought it through and you've just blazed away.
Yep. And I will say, Tom Stewart, remember just a couple months ago, he looked pretty shaky.
He did.
He just looked like he wasn't moving at 100%. He was dropping open marks. That's not happening now. He's settled that down.
He gives he's still giving a little bit of air to his kicks. They're not as precise. They're sort of hanging a little bit too long, and occasionally they're getting picked off. But that's being super critical. Like, I'm really, really being picky here. It's just like, they're not those sort of bullet, absolutely, I know what I'm doing. Bang, that's my target. I'm not stuffing around. I know I trust my leg. I'm just going to kick it. I'm going to fire it on the closest chest or whatever. Sometimes it just hangs in the air a little bit too long. I'm like, come on, Tom, you got to get it on a bit quicker than that. But that's the only criticism. He was terrific. I just didn't think he was probably best on ground. I think there was a lot of players, maybe 3 or 4 ahead of him, but hats off to him. He's been terrific, and probably one of the reasons why Geelong's in the position that it's in coming into this game, and definitely a reason why we've made it through to another preliminary final.
And then Jack Henry, he was very high on my shit list up until about the bye last year.
He was. I remember that. You were not happy. You were not happy with him.
He's winning his one-on-ones. He's controlling play. He's got so much confidence going into packs. And he's so well in sync with the other defenders. And I think we're kind of seeing a gradual passing of the torch on that back line from Stewart to Henry.
Who would you compare him to for a player at another club? Who is he most familiar with?
I gotta think about that because he's got strength.
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna have to think about that for a while.
Come back to me. Yep.
A little, maybe like a bit more mobile and a bit less kind of broad than like Jacob Wiedering in some senses, who I love, by the way.
Yeah. Solid body, no nonsense, no flair, just does the business.
Maybe, you know what? A better Brennan Cox. A better and more consistent Brennan Cox, who, by the way, has been really sharp over the last month. Speaking of sharp over the last month, having watched a lot of Brisbane lately, just to hold Dunkley to being just okay instead of great. I mean, he had an incredible August. And our midfield just went in and went toe-to-toe with him and beat him. Our midfield straight up won that battle. Clearances, we ended up +1, and I think we probably gave up a few late that changed those numbers.
Yeah, I'd say so. I will well on
Center
top.
clearances,
12-7,
and for most of the game, I know the team on 7 was talking about it a bunch. It was well ahead of that.
Which is not the way Geelong has gone and built their season, really, has it? It's not been because we're a great clearance team. I mean, we win our fair share of them, especially against the weaker teams, but that's not who we are necessarily. But it was good to see tonight, and you love to, especially in a final, you love to see it.
Yeah, just doing that against that team tells me maybe I was underestimating what our midfield can be. That was the biggest concern going into finals altogether. Was just, can our midfield beat, the best of the best, or hold it down enough that we can win elsewhere? And for tonight, they did, We got another challenge coming in 2 weeks. We'll see who it is. Personally, I think I'd rather play the Crows out of the 3 possibilities. I think. Plus, facing a team coming off 1 win instead of 2, they have less momentum.
I think we'll play them. I think we will. They'll look like $1 million next week. They will. And we'll probably go into that game all nervous. Oh, we're playing the Crows. They look fantastic. How are we going to beat them?
I really don't want to play that team with the piss and shit colors.
I want to play them in a grand final. It's not going to happen.
Well, that's now physically impossible.
It doesn't. The pain never goes. 2008 and 1989 never goes away until we.
I also just don't want. In a perfect world, they wouldn't have even been in finals.
Or
in a perfect world, they'd win like 2 games a year.
Just remove them as an entity from the competition completely. That'd be just beautiful.
Remove them. Do a dispersal draft. We could take Massimo, because that guy.
We'll take Warple. He's coming anyway.
I would not mind if Massimo was on our team.
D'Ambrosio. Question in the chat for you. For both of us, I guess. And Paul touched on a little bit, but I thought I'd save some for a little bit later. Thoughts on the Rayner calls from the umpire?
Complete fucking bullshit.
Unpack it for me a little bit.
The first one.
How did you see it? How did you react at home?
The first one he sold like crazy. The second one was kind of there.
I don't know. I don't agree.
The first one, let's call it a 13-point swing because the way Stengel's playing right now, we can't guarantee he would have hit that. Let's call it a 13-point swing instead of 18.
You're assuming Stengel scores. That's generous. No, sorry, we love you guys.
He kicks it behind at minimum. He's good about that.
True.
And then, but it's a good thing halftime was so close because it gave the guys time to settle back down and lock back in. Because, it took me until the end of halftime to really, get settled. can't imagine what it's like, if you're physically out there, how hard that is. So
we were talking through the lunch break, the halftime break. How are the Cats going to cope with this? Because if it was me, I'd be rattled. I would be no good. I would probably lose this game by 5 goals. But I wasn't sure how mature these heads were going to be, especially with a lot of young guys that have played 30, 40 games. How are they going to handle that? The injustice, the outrage of the whole thing. The fans were clearly ready to, blow the roof off MCG and jump the fence. But I just wasn't sure how Geelong was going to go. And then Raynar was just, telling the crowd to shut up. And he was just, it was revving everyone up. And I'm like, if he gets on fire here, and he did early, he got a goal. What's that going to do? But the boys just settled. It was a really, really mature performance in that second half. A different game of football in the second half. It just gave me a lot of confidence that I think we're going to be okay this year. I feel, not saying we're going all the way, but geez, I'm going into that prelim supremely confident just from what I saw from those boys and how they handled adversity tonight.
Prelims are a challenge, but I like the way we handle that and the way we switched it on when needed. But yeah, that was, if it's a reversal, okay, and this is a fair point, Arya. If it's a reversal, sure. But that you're bringing the ball all the way down the ground is fucking insane.
Ugh.
And then if the AFL demands consistency, that's just... I mean, all of a sudden, other than like once tonight when... Who is it that got caught that it was bullshit? All of a sudden, there's no holding the ball. Which is funny because, early this season, you touch a guy for a second holding the ball. AFLW, everything's holding the ball.
Yep. Play on. In finals, play on.
Yep. Everything, which and there's it's understandable that there's, there are going to be fewer free kicks. That's kind of how finals work. That's finals footy. That's fine. Just like, playoff hockey, it takes a lot to call a penalty. By the way, I see Lucas over there. Florida Panthers, I actually got a lot of love for them keeping the Stanley Cup in America, even though they got some dirty-ass players. But, who is it? There was one holding the ball tonight that they did call. Was it Close that got caught, maybe?
Might have been. I think he got caught at one point.
And it was really, we're calling that when nothing even close to that has gotten called all night, all finals. I think that was it. And that was, the lack of consistency still is rough. But
it's strange. I don't know what coverage you were watching, whether it was the Foxtel.
Mostly 7.
Yeah, Channel 7. Okay, well, I was watching on Foxtel, and the Nathan Buckley and some of the other commentators were saying they were using really emotive language, like it was disgraceful, it was despicable, the choice. And Geelong, Nathan Buckley was angry, and he's not even, he's Geelong, he's not even far from being a Geelong supporter. And just looking at social media, Twitter was outraged, all these neutrals. I was chatting with the Brisbane Lions fancast people, and they were just saying that's an absolute joke.
And I got to say, I do generally like the Brisbane fans. Man, familiarity breeds contempt. You've heard that saying.
Of course.
And Cam Rayner went from a player I really like to the top of my shit list in about 10 seconds.
He's definitely in the top of the shit list.
I really hope Harris Andrews does nothing to tarnish my opinion of him, because I still really like that guy.
He's a gentleman. We love Harris Andrews, and most of the Brisbane Lions players we respect, and you can see it.
They do have some guys with some really dumb-looking tattoos. Looking at you, Lockie.
Cam Rayner too these days. Jeez.
Did anyone else notice Lockie Neal's mouth guard was jade-colored?
What was that about?
Does he want to look like he's eating a Fabergé egg? That was weird. And then Lohman, hell of a player, always plays his best against us, but he just has this look about him,
Yeah.
Now, if they're playing Hawthorn in a week, Or no, they'd be playing Freo or Gold Coast. Never mind.
He's got this look about him that if I'm near the boundary line and he's chasing a ball over the line, I just want to give him that extra shove to make him go into the third row.
Oh,
That's the look he gives. That's the feeling I get when I look at Loman. I'm like, no, have a seat, son. Have a seat.
And when he was wearing a glove, he looked even more ridiculous.
True.
But
let's get some votes from you as we start to wrap it up, and we'll get
struggling with this one.
I know it's hard.
I think the 3 is obvious, but past that,
is it? Is it obvious? I don't know if it will be obvious for everyone.
I think 3 is obvious, but beneath that, So honorable mentions, there are a whole bunch of them.
All right.
Atkins, Dangerfield, Stewart. Jack Henry just misses the cut. Bailey Smith just misses the cut. But I'll go 1, Jeremy Cameron, because he set the tone and was game-high score involvements, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Could be right.
Yep, 10.
Yep.
2 goes to Max Holmes. He got so much better as the game went on and found ways to affect things all over, put on a lot of really good pressure and had a few tackles and just found ways to impact the game beyond just the number of touches. Yeah, 24 pressure acts for Holmes. I love that. Even if his score involvement numbers weren't high, just he was everywhere as that game went on. And you saw just the athletic ability stand out. It was like, we've got the fastest guy with the best stamina. And then 3 has to be Ollie Dempsey.
Yeah.
The numbers don't say it all, but 3 goals, 25 disposals, and an assist from an outside role. 9 score involvements, 4 intercepts, 8 contested possessions, and still nearly 70% efficiency. That was special. And he's one of the toughest players to match up with. And, it's funny, whereas, like, with Brisbane, Ashcroft, I feel like Will Ashcroft, he's tough to match up with, but you can figure out how to do it. It just means you got to sacrifice a matchup elsewhere. I don't know if there's a real way to match up with Dempsey, and if there is, you're going to sacrifice something really big elsewhere. And we can win when Dempsey doesn't have his biggest games. So
exactly, that's the thing. It's a bonus when he plays well. We're really hard to stop when he catches fire. But we've won when he hasn't been hitting his straps. It's been others. It's for the most part, it's been Bailey Smith and Jezza and Max Holmes and Tom Atkins pretty much leading the way. So. And a couple every now and then, you get your Jack Martin bobbing up with 4 goals in 5 minutes and all that sort of stuff. And every now and then there's someone else, but yeah, Ollie Dempsey's that icing on the cake, isn't he? He's just slightly below that sort of that top tier at the club, but he's coming. He's coming.
Being
really
an outside
hard.
player will stop him from getting the recognition he deserves with things like Brownlow and All Australian. But man, he's
Well, don't rule it out in the years to come.
He's beyond my expectations already, and I thought he was pretty good to begin with. And he just keeps getting better. A couple things to finish this off. Got just the pressure numbers. Again, I think 30 pressure acts is a damn good night. We had 4 guys between 20 and 25, and then Atkins with 42. And only 2 turnovers as well.
Oh. Clean from Tom. That's not his go normally. He's, you win, you take the good with the bad with Tom Atkins, don't you? But he was one of our cleaner players tonight in the middle. It was great to see. He was switched on. Do you know who was switched on? And who often has a bit of a laugh and carry on and gets a bit silly and celebrates goals and all this sort of stuff. Jezza was just business. Jezza had his business suit on tonight.
The first quarter, you could tell he knew, like, I am on one tonight, and I'm just going to he was having a little fun sticking his tongue out and stuff, but like...
that was probably it, but it was the 3-piece suit with his walking cane and his briefcase. He was doing all business tonight, absolutely. And Bailey Smith, the other one, just no carry on. Kept waiting for it.
He had a couple kicks early that were shaky, and then he settled in really well. Because some of his kicking issues, which have been well documented, lead to opposing goals. As long as he was over 68% efficiency tonight, just closer he is to 70. That's all it takes. It's those 2 or 3 better kicks. The difference between 60 and 70 changes the game. Brent Wallace, you're a disgrace to football.
Is that his name, Brent Wallace?
Brent Wallace. His dad, he played for Box Hill, so I'm sure they taught him over there.
Brent.
And then
he's going back to
one other
Box
thing,
Hill.
Lucas, it's not Sam Reinhart, it's Sam Bennett that's the issue. Sam Bennett's really dirty. But that's hockey doesn't start for another month. I'm going to enjoy this before the NFL gets me angry. This was great.
Don't go spitting on anyone.
In 2 weeks, and I love that tomorrow we get to sit back and watch the other teams battle it out and do the same next week. Well, I love that from M. King. Yeah, that's really well said from Chris Scott. Yeah. I totally agree with that. Rayner is a strong player. He's kicked our ass repeatedly.
Mark O'Connor fell over because he wasn't expecting Neil to take a dive to the ground, and he lost his balance. That's that. There's 1,000 times in a game where you put an elbow in and you just sort of you're bumping up against your opponent, and he's like, "Oh, hang on, there's no one there," because he's on the ground, and and he's nearly tripped himself over, thinking he was just going to sort of balance himself. It was just ridiculous decision. Everybody knows it. The umpire himself and the AFL. Well, the AFL will probably come out and say it was probably one of the best umpire games all season. So, but you probably expect that at this point, don't you? So, what can you do? What can you do? Well, as you said, enjoy the next couple of weeks. Enjoy watching the next couple of finals this weekend and over the next weekend as well, as Geelong gets ready to make another run at a grand final. It's going to be fun. I don't know what I'm going to do for the next 2 weeks, but we'll have to come up with some kind of live show.
It is I don't know what your streaming options are for games from the U.S., but between college football week 2, NFL week 1, baseball pennant races, we got a lot going on over here. Plus, we got some international cricket that I was watching a little of. So you'll have things to keep you busy.
And we'll find some things to do. We'll watch we'll absorb all the Cats content through the week. Mate, thanks for coming on. Love you. And go Cats.
Thank you. Go Cats. 2 more.
2 more. 2 more. Good on you. All right. Goth Mama Cat, thumbs up. Are we ready to go? Let's do it.
Are you ready?
I didn't get you on. I'm ready. I apologize for last week because we ran out of, I had to pick up my daughter, I think, didn't I? Well, 2 weeks ago, something like that anyway.
Your daughter from work. That's all right, though.
So you were very patient with me and you're very understanding and kind, but tell me about your evening. How are you feeling about that win from the Cats?
Well, there is some redemption.
Yep. It's good, isn't it?
Kinda.
Feels good. Kinda. You still hurting from last year in the prelim?
Oh, hell yeah, because we went there. Hell yeah. My daughter, every time, my daughter hates the fucking Lions. She fucking hates the bastards. She goes, those bloody pricks. She don't like it. But we won. But there are some great players. We got dark horses.
We do.
We've got dark horses in our fucking team, and we should be wrapped with that. I'm just having a cigarette while I talk to you, and I'm not coming on there with that.
Oh, you can do whatever you like. We can't smell it. There's no secondhand smoke on a podcast. It's all good.
No, I'm just having a cigarette. It's just it's a black market cigarette.
Traditional cigarette. A traditional cigarette. Did you talk about dark horses? Talk to me about a couple of players. And for me, I said earlier with Ethan, Jack Bose or Bose.
Dark horse.
My hero.
Dark horse.
My hero.
There's a dark horse. There's a dark horse. He's all right.
What a gun.
Absolutely.
He's a good-looking boy too, I've got to say.
Absolutely.
That's not my persuasion, but He scrubs up all right, especially when he's a winner.
Hey, I scrub up like a shoddy petty when I go out. Doesn't matter.
What other dark horses were there tonight? Who do you like?
Let's talk about. Oh well.
So I like the note. I like having chats about
Listen. There's a Goth. I'm the Goth. My daughter's name is Alice. We're going to talk Alice Cooper. We're going to talk about
Basilenko.
Right? Basilenko. All right. The, what is it? The Ballad of Dwight Fry. I got to get out of here. I think I've got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. If he's been in, like I have, a mental ward, people like him and people that have been there, they got to look at him and go, righto, he's a fucking legend.
It's amazing what he's done.
He did. He just is what it is. But he's still another. We've seen everything that he's done. The double fingers, everything. It's just what it is. You can't. You could get the dude out of the mental ward, but the mental ward is still with the dude.
You can't get the mental ward out of the dude.
But the dude. But it's true.
But he's just rehabbing. Like as he said,
he's an all-Australian.
He's rehabbing his mind, and that's I love the way he simplified it. He normalized it for everyone else. Like if you're really struggling and you need help, if you felt sick, if you had a broken arm, you'd go to the bloody doctor or you'd go to the hospital. So I love what he said.
It's different. It's a different case scenario.
Yep, different kind of hospital, but
that shit. It's a different case scenario.
Yep,
got to talk to people.
In saying that, I did hear a little tidbit about Bailey Smith today that nobody knows about, unless you were at the Torquay Hotel a couple of weeks ago.
I wasn't there.
No, but I was chatting to, I won't say who they were because I don't want to name and shame or shame them anyway.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No. I'll just say he was a little bit fiery at the outside the Torquay pub.
Well, why do you think he is?
Because dickheads like me and others just get stuck into him outside of the footy field, and it's like
he makes it worse.
And it's like, just leave the boy alone. He's had love him on the footy field and treat him like a normal, like an absolute stranger.
What have I told you about me? You hate to love him, you love to hate him.
Yep.
Just leave him alone.
Yeah, exactly. Do you live in Geelong? I mean, I live in Geelong, and we see footy players all the time in Geelong. You just let him go. You just
dogs. Leave him with his cats.
Yep.
Leave him out in Belbray and leave him alone.
Leave him with his guinea pigs.
I wish I had his house.
Oh, wouldn't it be nice?
We all wish we had his house. Have you ever seen that house?
Oh, the fire pit looks nice.
Fucking oath it does.
Got a nice little pool, I think. He's probably got a mini golf course at the back.
He's got a bloody sauna at his house.
Oh, I'd love to do a post-game live in front of the fireplace during the finals. That'd be nice if we can make that happen somehow. Bailey, if you're watching, can we get an invite and can we have a chat around the fireplace and do a fireplace?
The dogs and the cats and
get the dogs we love dogs. We love cats.
The bloody, the bloody kangaroos that roll around his house too.
Back to Bailey's after the grand final. Everyone go back to Bailey's after the grand final.
If only.
Nose beers for
no. And no nose beers.
None of that.
Need fucking nose beers, mate.
I don't need nose beers.
Fucking none of us do. Nor does he.
He definitely doesn't need
them.
them.
And the bitch that he's with at the moment, I don't even think he's actually with her.
No, he's just a young fella, just sowing his.
I could tell you. I could tell you right now. I know exactly what he's like, but we're not going to talk about that.
I'm sure I'm sure I can guess, and there's probably half. I mean, sometimes you'd rather not know, would you? Don't make your
doesn't matter.
heroes nice. Don't
And
make your heroes.
that's his own fucking business.
Exactly.
That's his own fucking business. You know?
Get possessions,
But I'll
kick
tell you
goals,
this, he
win
played all right
premierships.
today.
We love you. Just
We
don't.
love
Just don't.
you know what? My little mini cat, my mini kitten loves him.
What's the kitten's name? We need to know about the pet names.
They're not pets.
Oh, what? Oh, sorry.
They're
The family.
actually
The
kittens.
fur-bait kittens.
Well, we got
Okay.
the kittens. We got
Oh.
the kittens. All right.
The actual cats.
There are two major kittens. There are two major kittens with Mama Goth Cat. All right.
Okay.
One, Tani, aka Reggie. We got the
Reg, yes.
Reggie. She got major health issues, and all her goal is to play for Geelong. We don't know if it's going to happen. If it happens, great. All right. Then we got Maggie. We got Alice Maggie, very Irish name, because Goth Mama Cat is very Irish.
You got Irish heritage. Are you from Ireland?
Absolutely. And I don't like the Irish boys today.
Are you sure? Sorry.
Sure to be sure.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Sure to be sure. Are you sure, lad? Are you sure to be sure, lad?
I'm very sure.
Yeah, I'm very sure too. But
what did you like about the game tonight? Like, let's bring it
what
back
do
to.
I like? I'll tell
Well,
you
obviously,
what.
a lot to like.
I'll tell you what. I like Bazza.
Yeah.
I like Bazza.
We love
Because
Baz.
you know what? When you put, I've got my hat on for Johnny Cash, the man in black.
The man in black.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the man in black. But you know what? Baz is doing a whole fucking revolution. He's got the fucking headband.
He does. I haven't got one yet. I need to get
And
one.
he's fucking, and I wear this. You do that for dudes who aren't fucking right, who aren't well in the bloody brain.
Is he
You're
getting
fucked
some?
up
I hope
in
he
the
gets
head.
some money out
You're
of it.
fucked in the head. You're fucked in the head. You need to talk to your mate. You need to talk to your mum. You need to talk to your dad. You need to talk to your best mate. Talk to someone.
Chat to someone. That is a good message.
You've got to talk to someone. Because if you don't, it goes all in your mind. I've been there. Doesn't matter. Anyway, we're talking about 1, 2, 3s, everything else, because you probably got people you want to fucking talk to apart from me.
There's a bunch of people to come on. Don't get me wrong. But I'd love to know because I reckon it's going to be different for a few people. But who was your best 3 players on the ground? You don't have to do it in any.
All right, my best
and it
3.
Doesn't even have to be your best 3. The players you love the most.
Who do I love the most?
Who'd you love the most from tonight, especially?
Ooh.
Who just got you got you a little bit fired up?
Ooh.
I love you. Oh, I love you so much.
Oh fuck. All right, come Stuart. Tommy. Because as you know, I used to play defender. Yep. And some of the just he's good. He's good. He's good. All right. He's good.
Yeah, he's handy.
He's good. He's good. And then
what about what was his name? The young Dempsey. That was the other one. Ethan was saying
Ollie.
Dempsey before. Ollie.
Well, he's the magician. He does the parlor tricks. So in the 1800s, you used to get dudes like him, looked exactly like him with the long blonde hair, looking fucking gorgeous, that would
Yep.
do the parlor tricks. He
Yep.
can do the little kitten, littlest
He'll
kitten.
he
Maggie
he
Pie.
probably will. He'll
Maggie
probably
Pie
come Mad
sat there.
Monday.
Maggie
He'll
Pie sat there and goes, "Mummy, can you do another?" All he did, he is a basketballer. The girls watch basketball, right? So
Yep.
they go and they watch fucking, the local bloody basketball. All right, they go down to the arena,
The arena.
right? Yeah, the arena. He
The
could have been
30,000
there.
seat arena.
He
Yep.
could have
No.
been there. And apparently, and I said to him, this dude possibly could have been there. Mum. And I remember the first time little kitty Maggie Pie turned around and said to me, she goes, he kicked it like Bruce Lee, straight through, like Kung Fu, through
Yep.
the bloody, I said, he's a Kung Fu fighter.
Enter the Dragon. Maybe that's his new nickname, the Dragon. The Dragon.
Enter the Dragon.
Yep.
He is and I said, he's got parlor tricks.
The Green Hornet.
I
I
don't
think you
know.
played the Green. There you go. There's another one for you. The Green Hornet.
No, we don't like the Green Hornet.
No?
Nope.
Does that have a connotation of some? Does that mean something else? I don't know.
No.
Do you find all the young kids? I mean, I don't know how old you are, but I find I've got teenagers and they talk about stuff and I've got no idea what they're talking about.
I'm like in my 40s, mate.
What chat? What the hell is
my middle name's Lee?
What the hell is 6'7" chat? I got no idea.
Bruce Lee. My dad made my middle name as in Bruce Lee because he wanted a boy.
Oh well, he got you, and he was blessed. Absolutely.
I don't know if he was blessed with that.
I reckon he was.
But then he got little half Asian kids that are possibly kung fu fighters and Geelong Cats players too. Because that's who they love. They love the Cats.
Can we sing the song as we wrap it up? Everybody was kung fu fight. No, I can't do it.
Kung fu fighting. Mate, I'll tell you something that's fucking funny. Right? We went to the fish and chip, and people might think this is racist, but this is just absolute fucking just the kids, right? One of the kids said, I smell Jim Sims.
Oh, what's that? I don't know what that is.
Well, that's kung fu fighting. Everybody was kung fu fighting. It was that fucking shit. And she said, I smell fucking Jim Sims. I said, what the fuck are you talking about, kid?
It's definitely after midnight.
Rude?
It's definitely after midnight.
Fucking rude. You're not Asian. What the fuck? What are you doing? What are you doing?
You enjoy this one. I'm going to get Kyri on. He's had his nipples out. I don't know if you want to hang around and watch Kyri get his nipples out. I don't know if that's your thing.
Well, just think. He's out in fucking... He's out in Europe.
He's back.
Tanned.
That's why he's got the shirt off.
Nipples.
That's why he's got the shirt off, because he's all tan. He's probably oiled up.
Well, my nipples are all fucking white. They glow in the fucking dark. What are you talking about? Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, goodness me.
Right.
I'll let you go. I'd love to have a chat with you. Please come on in 2 weeks' time, or if we do another live show in between then, I'm sure there'll be something in between now and then.
There might be something. And you know what? The kids are at their dad's. That's why I'm alone.
Oh, good. You're enjoying it. You're enjoying your Friday night.
Last week, and you didn't want to come.
And keeping look at the cup. Very nice. You got to get you a
have a nice day. And that's a code word for go and get fucked.
Can we get you sign off? Can we get a sign off with a bit of more kung fu fighting as we say goodbye?
No.
See you later. Oh, all right. Hang on. Here he is. It's Grease Lightning. Hey, Kyri. We teased you a little bit earlier. Thanks for hanging around. Have you got the heater on, or is Adelaide just a balmy 32 degrees right now?
Oh look, I'm quite comfortable, Ben. Like it's not too cold at all. So I think it's about
It's a first for you though.
about 12 degrees tonight. But nah, I think I'm still stuck in Greece, having the shirt off and all of that. But nah,
It's putting fibers on your body, on your skin. It feels foreign. It's what is this? What is this stupid thing I've got to wear? You just turn up at work like that these days? Is that since you've been back in town?
Oh, 100%. You just can't lose the tan, mate. Just can't lose the tan. That's why I'm having it out. Like, but no, I've got the headband
Oh,
on.
nice.
The old member's scarf I improvised.
Hang on.
But
Hang on.
I had the Guernsey on as well today. But nah,
Get my one going as well. I can't see now.
But no, it's like I said a couple of hours ago, the lid's off and the shirt's off as well. We're in another prelim. How about that,
mate?
Oh,
Mate.
yeah.
Is that a prelim?
I'm trying to keep it down because both the folks are sleeping at the moment. So, but I can. But yeah, definitely talk about the game. Yeah, we were outstanding from start to finish. Our forward half pressure was just off the charts. You know, people saying that we can't beat a top 8 team. Well, guess what? We beat the fucking reigning premiers, didn't we?
There's not many we haven't beaten at this point in time. We've pretty much beaten them all. GWS is one of the last few that we need to beat. Collingwood and Adelaide, tick, tick, tick. Hawthorn, tick. Bulldogs didn't make it. Sorry, guys. Gold Coast beat them. So, mate, there's no one getting in our way, which is sad for the competition, really. I have to say it's pretty sad, but it does seem like it's a formality at this point that Geelong is going to be celebrating the premiership number 11. And aren't we excited? And we're going to have to find a way to get you over to Victoria where it all happens, mate. It's I don't know, if we make that granny, Jesus, we're going to have to do a GoFundMe or something. We've got to get you here. We've got to somehow find a way.
100%, you know, GoFundMe for a flight to Melbourne. I did cough up $200 for the Priority One add-on membership. So
yep. Okay.
Yeah. So
it's in the hands of Zeus.
Like I said, gonna do whatever it takes to get there on grand finals. I'll tell you what, it might be a 2011 rematch. Like I didn't think I know we're talking about the game last night, but I didn't think Collingwood would stand a chance against the Crows. But look what bloody happened. So
did you go for that one?
I didn't.
You wouldn't get a ticket. Yeah, it would have been members only, and yeah, there wouldn't be any spare tickets after Collingwood sort of decided to send the army across the border, about 10,000 strong crowd. But yeah, mate, look, how proud are we tonight? Like just sitting back watching this team, it's just incredible what they continue to do year after year, week after week.
Just keep rocking up, eh? We just every September just rock up, punch a ticket to the prelim final. It's just absolutely sensational. This football club. I'm so proud of Geelong. In terms of players, I thought Ollie Dempsey played his best game for the club. How he did not get in the All-Australian team in the wing, I do not know.
Didn't even get in the squad, did he, in the end?
No, he didn't even get in the squad as well. And
it's a bit harsh.
No, disgraceful.
He would have been on the periphery, you'd think. Just missing, I'd say.
Easily.
Should have been in the squad. Yeah.
Easily. I thought, I knew, the team selection. I was one of those. I was one of those people. I knew Reece Stanley was going to be out, but I thought Mark Blitzarves, I thought he was outstanding in the ruck tonight. Did really well against Darcy Fort. And I thought it was one of his best games for the year as well. He was just absolutely outstanding in the midfield. Kicked a very crucial goal, I think it was, in the third quarter. Max Holmes was absolutely taking the piss, especially in the third. I think he had like 10 disposals, and
Yep.
I think it was like 331 meters gained. I heard on the broadcast as well, and
Incredible.
and this is and to Cam Rayner, this is you. This is you. The double birds for those 250-meter penalties. Absolutely bullshit. Like, what are we doing? Is AFL a fucking netball now, non-contact sport? So you can push a player, and Rayner just fucking flops on the ground like a fucking princess. Absolutely disgusting, mate. Like, I thought I'd never hate a Brisbane player more than Dane Zorko, but Cam Rayner, he's number one on the list, mate. Absolutely embarrassing. And I heard on Fox Footy at halftime as well, Nathan Buckley saying, oh look, I'm not a Geelong supporter, but that was an appalling decision. Absolutely soft. It's embarrassing for the game. And this guy, Nathan Buckley, this is a person that absolutely hates Geelong's guts, and like you said earlier, he's far from a Geelong supporter as well. He's a Collingwood man through and through. For him to say that, I mean, that just says something, man. And it's just, and this is the other thing, decisions like that just kills momentum. We had Brisbane to the sword at half time. I feel like we were going to roll away like in that prelim final in 2022. We'll kick 6 or 7 goals. We'll be 6, 7 goals up, but it just kills momentum, man. Look, you're going to get howlers in umpiring, especially in finals footy. Some missed calls 50-50. Yeah, there were some calls our way, which we shouldn't have got. But this is what kills the game. It's absolutely embarrassing.
The first one was a howler, and there's no getting around it. It just was. Neutrals will say it was. The second one was unforgivable. Unforgivable. And I don't blame Guthrie. The umpire just lost control of the game there. That if every time a player gets into the chest of another player and they flop, are you going to pay a free kick right in front of goal? Is that the new norm? It was. I mean, maybe I'm wearing my Geelong bias goggles here, but I'd like to think that any neutrals out there, and if there is anyone watching, let me know if I'm being an idiot. But I just thought the second one was absolutely ridiculous. The first one was just drove me nuts. I was just about ready to run into traffic and end it all. But the second one, I was like, oh, you cannot be serious. I was stunned. I was literally looking over at my partner, and we were just like, what just happened? What the hell just happened? And I reckon it took me about 40 minutes to calm down.
I was absolutely.
Yeah,
I was losing it. Like at half time. It took me all the halftime break to settle to calm myself down as well. That's just how absolutely bad it was. But
because Jake has been known to play his meditation music on the show sometimes when Geelong fans get a little bit.
Could use that, I reckon. Yeah,
just need to pull it back a little bit.
Mechanism is.
Just needed a bit of that.
He's such a damn positive guy. Like we could get pumped by like 80 points, and you still find something positive out of the game and all of that. But
yeah, definitely. Whereas I'm like, fuck him off. No good. We've won a final, and I'm whinging about the umpires for about 50% of this post-game live show. but it was an absolute howler, and it'll be the talk of Talkback Radio tomorrow morning, and probably. Speaking of, how was the Adelaide radio last night and this morning absolutely
gold. Like 5AA, it was just absolute fallout. Last night, a few Collingwood fans actually called in, funnily enough, as well. Saying, "Oh, you didn't pick us, you didn't rate us or anything. Well, guess what? We won." Well, but that game, and I know we're talking about the other game, but
Yeah.
I
That's all
just
right.
remember seeing the stats in round 22. The last two teams, the Crows and Collingwood played. Collingwood were leading the inside 50 count. They were smashing him in the midfield, but the problem was they just weren't hitting it on the scoreboard. But this time, the goals were in their favour for the Pies. And this is the thing with the Crows: if you apply pressure on them, they'll absolutely crumble. I think they have a great midfield in Dawson, in Berry and Laird and all of that, but they just don't have the outside sort of players like what we do, and that's what absolutely killed them at the end. They got smashed in the uncontested ball as well, and I know we're talking about Isaac Rankin, but I feel like he would have been worth 2 goals last night as well.
Yeah.
So
We said that too. Like they just needed someone. Nothing was happening up forward, and they just needed someone like a Rankin to make something out of nothing, which he's known to get a couple of goals like that every other week. So it just they're in a bit of trouble. He's probably the only one happy about the result. Not that he's actually happy, but if anyone was like, it's not the worst thing in the world, it's probably Isaac Rankin. But I reckon they're going out and. No, I won't say that. No, they won't go out in straight sets, but they're not getting past a prelim. No,
I don't think so. I don't think so as well. I feel like when you got Jordan Dawson doing the heavy lifting in the midfield, and if that's all you got, then I don't know, forget about it. Like Phil Thorpe, yeah, look, this was his first final, but he had a bit of a shocker. Darcy Fogarty, the one quarter specialist that I call him.
Yep.
And if you rely on Taylor Walker to kick goals, and he's 35, 36 years old, then you're asking for trouble, mate. But look, I think the Adelaide Crows, they've had an outstanding season this year from where they were the last 4 or 5 years rebuilding with Matthew Nicks. I thought they've had I thought they had a fantastic season as well. And yeah, like what Lindy said, I think they will bounce back. I think they've got either the Giants or the Hawthorn, the winner of that tomorrow. So, but
I care
yeah,
about Shawnee. I care about.
I can't see making it past the prelim. Yeah,
No.
but I know. I'm talking about the Crows. We'll go back to Geelong. I'll go back to some players.
Yes, please.
Sam
Celebrate some
DeConing.
heroes. Celebrate
You know how I've been critical of him the last few weeks. I thought he was absolutely outstanding tonight as well. He did his job in the ruck, and he was great down back as well, along with Connor O'Sullivan. He stood up really tall. Jack Henry was outstanding. Tom Stewart was back to his best footy as well. I thought that was the Tom Stewart of old, the All-Australian defender. He was just absolutely. I've got the stats. Like,
he was
22 disposals, and he had how many? Seven marks. I swear he had like 12 intercept marks. That's how much he was getting the ball.
No, he probably intercepted a few grand balls as well. You have to think. I'm sure he had more than that.
Yeah,
100%. He was just everywhere.
It was just falling into his hands, and Shannon Neal, like for 3/4, I got a bit frustrated with, and I'm thinking, look, should we shift him around? Put him further up the ground. Obviously, Harris Andrews is bogeyman, and then when he kicked that goal later on in the game, I was just so happy for him. Like, I mean, look,
he loves
it was great. You could see. You could see the the confidence in him as well, and look, I'm happy that Shannon Neal got his goal last tonight as well. I'm sure Lucas will think of the exact opposite, but a lot of these players, they have their bogeyman, and it's Harris Andrews, unfortunately, but he got a goal. I'm very happy with that. Sean Manor, I thought, was absolutely electric. I can't believe he had 15 disposals. I thought he was in the 20s easily. If everything he touches just turns to gold. Like he was breaking ankles like bloody Allen Iverson, man. Like
Exactly.
you know.
Tim Hardaway, senior. He was just around the contest all night long. So you're right. Like 15 touches, but he felt like he had a lot more than that. It's just because he was constantly always there, always a presence, always laying a tackle and handing the ball back to the umpire for a ball up. Like it was one of the. I mean, I felt like he had it in him, and he's definitely a big time finals player. We know that. We knew that before we drafted the young fella.
Yeah.
The young fella. We knew that we picked him up in the draft, and isn't he turned into a fantastic 19-year-old? He's been terrific. He's been terrific since he's come across. And you'd think he's, I'd just love to see him in a grand final and just see what he can do in a granny.
Oh yeah, I think he'll tear it up on the. I mean, he'll tear it up on the big stage. Like he was best on ground in a losing grand final in the VFL for I think it's Werribee. I think it was.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just absolutely amazing to see what he can deliver on the AFL stage, and I think he will. He deserved the goal, bloody hell, and. Oh, so did Tyson Stengel. I thought Tyson Stengel was really good, even though he didn't kick a goal tonight. He got a lot of the ball. He worked his socks off when he didn't have it as well. Forward half pressure is, what you want from your forwards as well. Jack Martin, I thought was all right as well. He was down back at times. I think he still got.
Yeah, I'll disagree with you. You go on, but I probably felt like he was probably at one. Not, I won't say he wasn't bad, but for me, he was down probably bottom couple.
Look, not superstar sort of level. What we saw, he tore it up against Port Adelaide a few weeks ago, but I thought he did his role tonight. Mark O'Connor absolutely pocketed Hugh McCluggage. I thought that was great. He was on Cam Rayner at times as well. I'm not going to count those two goals from the free kicks.
No.
And O'Shea Mullen finally kicked his first AFL goal. Mate, I don't know how loud the ground was, but mate, I was off my fucking seat, mate. Like unbelievable.
We are an hour and 30 minutes. We're an hour and 38 minutes into this show, and this is the first mention of that moment.
Seriously?
We haven't talked about the Mullen goal yet.
Oh, you're kidding?
Fucking hell, how good was that?
Not even Ethan talked about it. Oh, my God.
No, we talked about the shutdown job, emptying his pockets tomorrow morning and finding Hugh McCluggage in there. But just the goal, and I was like, was that Mullen? I was up. I was jumping up. I nearly jumped on the glass coffee table, which would have been a very bad idea. But I was up and about, and we were like, they're going to play the song. And I don't think they played the song, but even though it's a Geelong home game, but whatever. AFL.
Oh, they should have, mate. As much as I hate music, after the goals, I think
that's
the run the box the only
that's
exception.
The one we allow. We allow the and maybe even the no. What's the one? The Macarena. The Macarena we can play to death because of Jack Martin. That has good memories for me, even though Chris Scott hates it. But maybe I'm on my own.
Doesn't he?
Jezelenko is saying Jack Martin was okay, so maybe I'm just on my own here. I just felt like
maybe you are.
Moment. Maybe I am.
You said we were a middling side earlier this year. And look where we are now.
If we win the granny,
10th prelim in like how many years now? Fuck.
If we win the granny, I'm going to have to do an apology video, aren't I? I'm going to have to do 100%. Something. I'm going to have to own it.
Yes.
But for the time being, all we've done is made a prelim. So
yes,
pretty good.
Yeah, and another prelim we go, and it's let's redeem ourselves. Whoever we face, obviously it's going to be at the MCG. Oh, I see Dubs in the comments. Wasn't Stuart Dunn Well, I was a bit concerned. I was a bit concerned coming to the end of the season, but like I said, I thought he was outstanding, and he's back in form at the right time of the year.
And Jezza, this wasn't your comment, but Jezza really benefited from that spell in the twos after Lucas had him dropped earlier in the year. If you watch the show, you know what we're talking about. Yeah. Ruski, welcome to the chat, Ruski. I liked Rayner up until tonight. I have never hated Rayner, and it's probably still don't. I think if it was a Geelong player, I would have milked it for all it was worth as well. I would have gotten the head of Mark O'Connor, something shocking. Absolutely. I'd be disappointed if our Geelong players didn't do that. So it's more the umpire that I'm pissed off about. Rayner's like, yeah, free goal, no worries. Oh, another one. Oh, okay, cool, no worries.
Oh, I didn't know. He flopped like a soccer player, mate. And, I love the world game, but you can't bring that into the AFL. Come on, brother. Honestly.
Cat fans repent 2025. Ben repents on his mid comment, and Lucas repents for his many transgressions. Lucas does it with a shirt on for once. Now you've set the trend. You're going to you got the sunnies on as well.
Well, I said on Discord chat, if we win the qualifying final, I'll have my shirt off. That's my stopwatch. The fucking midnight now here in SA.
It is.
So
Yep. SA midnight. Oh my god.
Bloody hell.
Absolutely terrific. Oh mate. I can't believe we're here again. I just can't believe it. I'm the other thing I'm sad about, and I'm not even really sad. It's just that you guys don't get to see the Cats over in South Australia, but it's probably a good thing if you want Geelong to go deep in finals.
Absolutely, yeah. It's
probably wouldn't have been a good thing if we were playing Adelaide in 2 weeks' time. Turns out they're probably going to play us. Yeah,
it could have been a possibility if Adelaide won last night. We lose this one, but. I'm happy that we're still at the MCG. We got the week off and all of that.
You probably know this because you might have seen my comment on Discord. There's only been 1 year since the Final Eight system came in that both teams that finished first and second lost their first final. And that was 2019. Geelong, sadly, was one of those teams. It just never happens that both teams lose, both top seeds, first and second. They don't both lose finals. So that gave me a little bit of confidence. It's just a stupid statistic, but it's like, it's so rare, 1 in 31 years or whatever it was. It just doesn't happen.
But bloody that team that year, as soon as we bloody didn't put Reece Stanley in the ruck, we had no right to win that game,
mate.
Disgraceful. And then obviously that prelim 2 weeks later, this was an easy walk through to a flag. We would have beaten GWS, no worries. But party time for Tom Lynch.
There'd be people in the chat that were, if you were being honest with yourselves, you'd be saying sack Chris Scott 5 or 6 years ago for not playing Reece Stanley that night.
I'll tell you what, and now I'm going to talk about the team selection now. I wasn't happy with the team selection. I knew Stanley was going to get dropped, but we're dropping Jed Buse for Jai Clark. Are you for real? Jai Clark?
Justice for
when
Jai.
George Stevens and Mitch Nevitt are available for selection, if you want to pick a kid, we're going with Jai Clark. And he only had one. He only had one disposal. 100% disposal efficiency. Jai Clark, we didn't even use him, man.
I know. I was a bit left field. I was actually considering the possibility, really, really left field, of a Mitch Edwards. Or a Joe Pike potentially to come in for a debut. I thought, because I just don't like taking blitzarves out of that role, and don't have any faith in SDK in the ruck. And Shannon Neal, obviously, I don't really want him doing the ruck either. But you got to trust the coaches, don't you? They've proven it year after year. We can't win every grand final, but geez, we compete, don't we?
100%. And we ain't going anywhere. Going nowhere. We can't be stopped now.
We're going up and down Moorabool Street on grand final night. That's where we're going. We are going up and with the windows down, hanging out the bloody window, climbing flagpoles. That's what we're doing on grand final night. That's where we're going. So everyone, that's where the party is. Go fund me, Kyri. Get him across the border, even if it's just for the watch party at Kidinia Park. Drinks all night long. Celebrate hard.
100%.
Up and down Moorabool Street with your shirt off. Everyone get your shirt off. That'll have to be the grand final thing.
I will be there no matter what.
Oh, mate, if we make it, it'd be absolutely awesome. All right, I'll let you go. I got Lucas to come on and
I'll give you my 3, 2, 1s.
Oh shit, I haven't done that. I'm cutting you off too soon. Sorry. Give me your 3, 2, 1s, and if you got any honourable mentions, throw them in as well.
All right, so 3 I'll give to Ollie Dempsey, 2 Max Holmes, and 1 Mark Blitzarves. Some honourable mentions I am going to give to Sean Manor.
Did you say oral mention? No.
Honourable.
Oh. Right.
No, honourable mention Sean Manor and Tom Atkins.
Tom Atkins, very nice. Very nice. I want to see Grind Myers absolutely blow the next final apart.
100%.
Good at times, but clearly they put a lot of work into Grind, and he wasn't as effective. And we haven't talked about him, but get ready for a bit of Grind magic in 2 weeks' time. I think he's ready to pop, and they won't. They'll put all the time and effort into Max Holmes and Bailey Smith, and they'll completely forget about probably the best midfielder that we've got in Grind Myers, because he doesn't get the love. He just doesn't. But he's rolled gold superstar, that guy, and he's not going to have 2 middling games, dare I say it, in a row.
Yeah, Messi magic, mate. He's absolute magician, that guy.
He's a superstar. All right, put a T-shirt on. Get into your Liverpool.
Oh, yeah. If you want Liverpool news, we signed the best striker in the Premier League, and Alexander Isak. We're going to win the fucking quad now. So come on, you Reds. Let's go.
Let's go. I didn't put up your little banner before. I don't know. There it is. Bang. There you go. Premier League champions.
Isak's a Red, brother.
Haven't you won enough?
It's our time.
Take care. Go Cats. See you on the next one.
See you, mate.
Beautiful. All right. Lucas, have we got you? Have we?
I'm dead sexy. Look at my sexy body.
Is anyone going to wear a shirt tonight? That's the question. Welcome.
Ben, all of the lights. All of the lights into the prelim final. How about that? But Steph Curry. You should know you have a Warriors shirt behind you. So we got. Yep.
Somewhere there it is. There we go.
Yep. Gotcha. So we got the Splash Brothers. Now we've got the Shirtless Brothers on Postgame Live. First of all, I got the Dark Lord wants to send you a message.
All right.
For you.
Yes.
He said, "Did you?" Yeah. He said, "Did you like his apprentice that he sent in Gothic Girl? Did you like her?"
She was very lovely.
Very lovely. That was a gift. A gift from him to you.
I enjoyed. We had a good laugh, and she's clearly enjoying. Can't presume gender, but enjoying the night without the kids. And
come on next week, please. Well, not week after the prelim. Come back soon. Whenever we got it out in the next show, come back soon. We want you to have you here.
I think we'll do a bonus post-game live episode after sometime next weekend, if time permits. I don't know, Friday night or Saturday night. We'll have to see if he's up to it. Even a short one, maybe. We'll see if he can do it. Mate, have you got all positive things to say tonight? You surely do. Surely you thought the umpires were terrific and all that.
Well, just on that. Now I've got I'm making a football team. Just stay with it here. I'm making a football team. I've got my first two contestants. Right, a bit of a trigger warning here. So my first contestant, I've got Abby Chatfield. I thought, the stuff that she propagates, I've got to have her in my team. The second teammate I got is Thomas Sewell. Geez, ain't they going to go good together? The third person, a new duckdee for tonight, especially for tonight, Cam Rayner. Welcome to my 22 of absolute dickheads. What an embarrassment. What an absolute embarrassment he was milking those free kicks. Mate, that is absolutely terrible. I seriously hope he gets suspended for that. That was bullshit.
All Australian
absolute bullshit by Cam Rayner. And that umpire, hope he gets a sack. You're lucky you're not in the 22, Mr. Umpire. You're lucky I don't put you in that.
If he gets named for the prelim, we riot. We absolutely riot.
Oh, if that imbecile is anywhere near our game, I don't care if he fucking umpires Collingwood, GWS, the high school reserves, I couldn't give a damn. But if he umpires ever again in our game, we're going to absolutely riot. That was bullshit. That could have cost us that game. We had all momentum. And he gifts them 2 goals. That's a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. Just pathetic. But now you said I have to say something positive, surely. Yeah. Now when Brisbane did come at us, every time they came at us, we did respond. We did respond to that. That was extremely nice to see. Our pressure, I think this was probably our most pressured game of the year. Was absolutely outstanding, especially in the midfield. Tom Atkins, Bailey Smith, Max Holmes, Dangerfield. We just absolutely bullied Brisbane. Well, and it's about damn time as well, because I'm sick of them bullying us every time we play them. They've got the wood over us, Brisbane. That's now broken. So to all the Brisbane fans, womp womp. But onto the prelim. Oh yes, right. Now here we go. Remember last year we had a great qualifying win on the road against a bunch of Ferals fans in Port Adelaide. Very hostile crowd.
Yep.
And then we shit the bed in the prelim final. This cannot happen this year. We cannot have a back-to-back prelim final losses.
We were
cannot
laying
happen.
in bed and we did a big turd in our pajama pants. That's what we did.
We cannot have that again. If this man bottles another prelim final, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. That's now 8 prelims he'll lose if he bottles this. Cannot happen. Cannot happen. If it happens, I want Don Pike in as our coach. I don't give a damn. I want Don Pike in as our coach. Right? He better not blow this. I don't care if it's against the Crows. I don't care if it's against GWS, the scum of Hawthorn. Imagine we had to play them. Imagine if we lost to them in the prelim, how embarrassing that would be to Hawthorn. Can you imagine that? That is some bullshit right there. No, that's ridiculous. So I don't even think about losing this prelim final. Don't even think about it. I don't want to hear any bullshit. Oh, well, the team was sick. The team didn't have injuries. Max Holmes had a hand. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
No,
I want us to win that prelim. I don't care if we had to knock out 20 blokes and we get suspended. Or get whatever it can in that damn grand final. Do whatever it takes
like the
to get in that grand final. I don't care.
Peptide.
Because we cannot lose 8 prelim finals. That is no coach has done that in our history. None. So, mate, do whatever it takes. Do not blow this chance. We are one of the favourites now. This confirms that. We're one of the favourites. Right? Collingwood have their side. Good luck to whoever plays them at the G with the one-eyed umpiring and their own sets of feral fans. Good luck with that. But it's looking like a Geelong and Collingwood grand final in front of 100,000 people. 2011. Seen this before.
You think
Tom Hawkins had a wonderful game? That remember Tom Hawkins debut grand final. Oh boy, did he turn up!
Oh, get around him! Who's
fantastic? Unfortunately, our forward Shannon Neal capitulated tonight. Absolutely went missing. No, whether he was dancing the tango in Greece, well, or somewhere like Kyri was 2 weeks ago. He was in Greece. He was in Croatia. I don't know where Shannon was up till 3/4 time. I was going to put in a missing person report if that got that bad. But apparently he kicked 2 goals in the last quarter. Didn't really mean anything. But if you said to me, does this help the Charlie Curnow trade? Oh, absolutely. He's gone. This just improves it for me. He didn't stand up at all tonight. But he's got another chance, hasn't he? He's got another chance to redeem himself. Probably against the Crows. They've got good defenders. They've got Mark Keane, Josh Rule. I don't know. Josh Rule didn't make All-Australian. I think that's a joke over Jack Steele. That's like hearts of steel right there. Like, how can that be? That's a joke. How did Ollie Dempsey not make the All-Australian on the wing? You see his performance tonight? That was unbelievable. Not just his attack, but his defence as well. He runs two. That's what separates him from the best. He runs 2 ways, two-way runner, defense, and he's pacey. He'll sprint 100 meters in 5 seconds, and then he'll get back to the other end.
He's a bit
his
like
work rate is elite.
He's a mini Mark Blitzarves. He's not got the height of Blitzarves, but he makes up for with the skill and just the creativity. But he goes both ways. He does it all.
I'll tell you what. I said this on the Geelong zone. I would love to see, whether it's next year or this year, I'd like to see Ollie Dempsey in the midfield, and I'd like to see Lawson Humphries on the wing. I would love to see that next year. Next year, Ollie Dempsey right in there, straight in. I would really love to see that. I think he would have a lot to offer in that midfield, that inside mid hard man ball. He'd run off he'd be untaggable because he just runs. He runs both ways. I'd love to see that one day. Maybe it's wishful thinking. I don't know how you feel about that, but I'd love to see him in the midfield.
It's Brownlow year for Lawson Humphrey in 2026. I'm feeling like he's gonna. He's just kind of a young fella figuring it out at the moment, and he's bloody good for his age. But I feel like next year he's going to be the making of Lawson Humphries, and he's going to turn himself into a top 10 player in the game. I think he's just about ready to pop. He's not quite as he needs another full preseason to get his body a little bit more hardened and another 20 games into him. But he's ready to go. He's on fire, Lawson. If you're watching, we love you, Lawson.
I'll tell you, he was on fire tonight. I've been worried about this man for many weeks now, but he had a great game. Tom Stewart, he had a fantastic game today.
Yeah. Lots of love for Tom tonight.
A T-shirt Tommy. Back to his intercepting ways. He was fantastic. Yep. Ocean Mullen, shout out with his first goal. Did Hugh McCluggage? He's in winning form Brownlow run, the last 6 weeks. Shut him down.
Yep.
Shut him down. Unbelievable, that effort by Mullen.
Suitcase. Close.
Yeah.
Close that clamshell suitcase. Stow it away.
He just threw it in the river and let the Sharks take care of Hugh McCluggage. He's got a shark in the forward pocket that likes to dive a lot. So he should be used to that. Little Cam Rain. Oh man! And O'Connor did up until then. O'Connor did absolutely fantastic on him. Couldn't get it. Couldn't get a touch. Couldn't get space. Breathed down his neck, and the umpires just thought, you know what? We're not going to have anything of that. We're just going to give him 2 bullshit free kicks.
Have you ever seen a worst 3-goal performance in your life?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I said to this chat last week, we got to tag Cam Rayner. Keep him out of it.
Yep.
First time we did that, he did fucking nothing. Stats are going to say, stats 10, 20 years are going to say, he had a good game. No, he didn't have a good game at all. No, he got gifted a good game by the umpires.
The streets know.
Yeah, so it's just ridiculous how the umpires treated that situation. And it wasn't just them two. Now, remember the one earlier when Rayner punched O'Connor in the gut.
Yeah, I remember that.
And there is nothing in that. So why have they changed their mind? Why are they paying these free kicks? What has now gone in their mindset? Is it that woke bastard Andrew Dillon? Is it him saying, well, we can't have fun, we can't boo at crowds, we can't do this, we can't do that. I don't want to see gut punches, I don't want to see knocks, and he's killing the game, this bloke. He knows nothing about it. My fucking dog could take over and he'd do a better job than that idiot. Just embarrassing how he's treated the AFL. Absolutely embarrassing. Crap.
Call this meeting to order. Yeah, you're probably right. It's a shit show, the AFL administration this year. Hopefully they get some good people in. Tom Harley's coming in. Jeff Walsh, I think it was from Brisbane, coming in. Geez, I hope 2026 is a lot better. I know there's a lot of changes coming. Hopefully a lot of these stupid scoreline reviews go out of the way. But
how is David Roden not in the finals?
Yeah, well, exactly.
One of the better field umpires in the game, or is it because he doesn't take reviews, he doesn't take the piss, he doesn't take the mickey? We can't have him in that. This is absolutely ridiculous.
If you kicked him in the nuts, he'd still be smiling. I reckon he is the happiest bloke out there. He is so happy.
The smiling assassin, David Roden, and he brings personality to the umpiring department.
Yep.
Apparently, according to Andrew Dillon, the umpiring has never been better. Well, what the fuck was that tonight? What do you call that? Scotch mist? Absolutely pathetic. It's just a joke. Instead of worrying about fixing the game and doing all this bullshit, how about just look at it properly and fix what needs to be fixed? Ever heard the saying, Ben? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. There was a lot of things that did not need to be fixed, and he's broken it by trying to fix them. That didn't need to be fixed.
Get out of it,
That's
Andrew.
Ridiculous.
Andrew,
he took the Sheffield Shield away from me at Adelaide Oval. I've never got over that.
You have defending chance.
Fuck him.
You're right. You're fine. You've won your shield. Now you can.
Ever since then, he's been the red flag, and I've been the bull. And I just want to charge him. I just want to destroy this man. So it's just absolutely a debacle. But back to, sorry about the rant. Sorry about that. But
hang on, let's go. I'm trying. Have I got a red thing somewhere? I don't know. No, I don't. We'll get that sorted before the grand final.
You can put Andrew Dillon's name on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The umpire, Brent, whatever his name was. Brent McWanker.
Yeah. Just a dickhead. But back to the game.
Ooh.
Yeah, this was our best performance of the year. Right? But like I said, we did this last year in the Port game. Oh, we're going to win the flag. Everything's going to be good. And then we came out and absolutely stinked up the joint against Brisbane. Absolutely blew it at 3/4 time.
Yep.
And I don't want that to happen. And if we do play Adelaide or GWS, that's got to be in Geelong. It's got to be in Geelong.
It's not going to happen.
No. See, what do you do? Well, see, why do you corporates do that? Like,
I'm not a corporate. Paul's the corporate. He's the one that sits in his corporate box in his silk Ninja Turtle pajamas.
You're not a corporate. I thought you were a corporate.
No, not me. No. I sit with the people, mate. I'm one of the people. I'm just like you. I sit there. We suck down those meat pies and that's what we do. But I'm definitely not one of them. I'm not like I
call them the MCG Cat fans. They don't really care about the club. They just want their corporates, their boxes. Our advantage, our traditional ground, is GMHB or Cardinia Park. That's our traditional ground. It's not like it's bloody fucking Raveley with Hawthorn who don't play there anymore. Carlton who play at Optus Oval or Optus Stadium, whatever it was fucking called back then. But I called it the microwave, that stadium, because after 5 minutes Carlton were done. But we're the only team that plays at a suburban ground, apart from the Crows and Port, because that is a suburban ground in the city. But we're the only Victorian team that plays in the suburban ground. Richmond don't play at Punt Road. Essendon don't play at Windy Hill. Bulldogs, I don't know where they fucking play, but they don't play there anymore. Well, it seems to me that they want to play at Ballarat every day, so they're building. So it seems to me that they want to be the new Geelong. If you can't beat Geelong, then try to do everything they do. They'll get 10 games at Ballarat next year because they got absolutely destroyed by the AFL with that Gold Coast Essendon bullshit that you should have been scheduled 10 months ago. So if I was Footscray, I would say I want 10 games at Ballarat, and they should deserve it. They deserve that. They got robbed.
Move them to Ballarat.
The Footscray.
Kick them out.
Have you been there? Ever been to Ballarat?
I passed through once or twice every now and then. Checked out the all-you-can-eat Pizza Hut, one of the last few Pizza Huts still in Australia that does the all-you-can-eat works menu. So I did a bit of 10-pin bowling and then headed on down a real bogan type afternoon and then went and had all-you-can-eat pizza at Pizza Hut. Absolutely had a good time with the family.
Oh, those are the good old days, the all-you-can-eat at Pizza Hut, especially when you can dine in. Remember, you could dine in the restaurants?
Yeah, it was very classy. Very classy. You just keep getting up and throw another 6 pieces of pizza on your plate, like a real gentleman. Yeah, it was.
I tell you what, if they were still going, I'd put them out of business. I'd be there every day.
You remember the days of Sizzler, or are you a bit too young for that? Sizzler.
Sizzler, no.
Toast. I don't know, mate. Horatio might know Sizzler. I'll ask.
I'm not 50, Ben.
I know you're not 50, but you probably Sizzler went under about 20 years ago. They were flying. Okay. They were absolutely flying at one stage. But anyway,
I want to ask you an NBA question here.
That's all right. I'll give you my answer.
Do you remember the little 10-penny doll?
I do. Little Penny.
Little Penny, yes, Little Penny.
Little Penny.
I remember that. I actually had one of those back in the day.
Really?
And then I realised what the price of it. I wanted to actually get one. It's a funny story. I actually wanted to get one. So the things that I had in the childhood, I want to get back. So I've got like X-Files VCRs, like old VCRs that have been sealed. In plastic. Yep. Haven't even opened them. I bought it in Target back in 2001. Haven't even opened it. I've kept it pristine. And I bought slightly things that in my childhood back. I wanted to buy that doll back. But then I saw it was $500. That is absolutely unreal. That's incredible.
Worth it.
It's amazing how things value over time, Ben?
Do you know what would be really expensive these days? If someone's got it in their I don't know, pool room or whatever, that seal from Smorgies. Geelong people will know what I'm talking about. There was a Salty the Seal. There was a little restaurant on the waterfront, little end of the pier in Geelong called Smorgies, and there's a couple of Smorgies in Victoria, but that's another one that's gone under. And there's a little animatronic seal called Salty the Seal, and so I'm sure it's living somewhere in Geelong. I'm sure it's not.
Is that a seafood place by any chance?
It was a bit of a buffet style all-you-can-eat place in Geelong. So you just you'd fill up and you'd wake up the next day with horrible gastro, but it was a good time. Fun had by all. Salty the Seal, yeah. And then there was like some kind of thing about Gary Ablett Senior kicking goals on the Kinenia Park. I don't know, it was some kind of narration that went on. Anyway, you had on the hour it sort of would happen.
Did Gary Ablett have a doll like the Little Penny thing? Did he have anything like that?
I would like to get one, a little Gary Jr. one, a little Hot Toys Gary Jr. If you're not familiar with Hot Toys, look them up. They do the really, really fancy sort of style toys that cost like $500 or $600. But yeah, little Gary Ablett Jr. one, or maybe the one where he looks a bit like Gollum from 2007, just before he went bald, just half.
Oh, they had the black hair. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Gollum days.
Very good.
Just before.
Well. Yeah. Well.
We're going off.
I don't.
He's on fire.
I don't know what you're talking about, Ben. I'm not bold. I don't know what you're talking about.
Send you some photos later. Don't worry.
Yeah, weren't the '90s the best? Well, probably not for the Geelong Football Club, but wasn't we had to play a cheating stateside, and then a paper bag stateside or state team in Carlton. So the '90s weren't good to us, were they?
Adelaide Crows umpires again, 1997. Lee Colbert took a mark that wasn't paid, and people that know what I'm talking about will know.
Yeah.
Still outraged about that one. It did feel like tonight could have been one of those games that we talk about for the next 30 years if we had a lot tonight because of the umpiring, but we'll still bang on about it instead of celebrating the Geelong win. That's the way we do it on the show. We whinge rather than we celebrate. But anyway.
Do you imagine a world where we play Hawthorn in the prelim?
Mate, if we play, I'd rather play them in the granny because I need payback. I need grand final payback.
Oh, okay.
Prelim payback's
well,
not
we
the
lost
same.
them in a prelim, so there's your payback.
It's not the same. But I know.
Well, hang on, they started their three-peat when they bet us in that prelim.
I know, but it still doesn't feel quite the same. I need to get grand. I need to hurt them like they hurt us. Eye for an eye. It's if it needs to be. But if we play them, we will absolutely torch them, and it'll be close to an 80-point win against the Hawks. You heard it here first. I don't think we'll play them. I think it'll be Adelaide, but Hawks out straight away. Boom, boom, boom.
Either way, I won't be here watching it. I won't be here watching if they play Adelaide. I'll be somewhere else. I'm looking at your house, Ben. While we play Adelaide, any vacancies?
Well, I heard Kyri's got a vacancy. Kyri's more local. Very small. Not much room, Kyri said, but I'm sure there's a patch of grass somewhere out the back that you could pitch a one-person tent, slide in there with your little transistor radio and just listen to it with the, pull out the little aerial and off you go. Kyri can squeeze in next year.
Well, if GWS Hawthorn, if GW, maybe it's the very rare time I barrack for Hawthorn, if they play the Crows. No, I don't back for the scum, the Hawthorn scum.
Jake,
get enough of that with Port Adelaide down here with the toothless ferals. Speaking of Port Adelaide, we would love Ken Hingley as a board of director. If he can bring Zach Butters, who just won his third best and fairest. That's 3 in a row. So his value is going to go up, isn't it? If we can get Ken Hingley, and then Ken Hingley can convince Zach Butters to come down here. We've got trade bait. We've got Ted Closey, we've got Nevitt, we've got Stevens. So we have 3 players for trade that we don't use. Apparently, Chris Scott doesn't like them. I reckon we could use those 3 players to bring Zach Butters into this club. What do you think?
It's possible. I don't like it, but it's possible. I think we just get Butters for nothing. Just get him. Just, I don't know, give him steak knives or whatever. I don't know, whatever it takes. Whoever's free, just bring him over. I don't know how much we're paying Jack Martin at the moment, but I feel like my 15-year-old daughter, 16-year-old daughter's earning more than him at Grill.
Well, on Jack Martin, he didn't have a good game, did he? Maybe it's time for Ollie Henry. Time for Ollie Henry to come back.
Bring back Ollie. Justice for Ollie. All right, we'll get
bring
that
back Ollie Henry. I'll tell you what, Stengel's not having good games. Maybe we can drop Stengel for Ollie Henry. They just needs to come back. We made all this big fuss about bringing him to the club. We upset the Collingwood supporters, which is pretty easy these days the way they go on. But we upset them, bringing Ollie Henry down the road, and we're not even playing him. He kicked 4 in a prelim. And we're not even playing him. That just never sits right with me. Why bring him over in the first place? I don't know. But I want to mention another player that didn't get love
and then
today.
Wrap it up with the 3-2-1s. And I'll get Horatio on to finish us off.
3-2-1. The one. I'll probably give it to Jeremy Cameron. Under the radar. If he kicks 100, it means he needs to kick 7 goals next 2 games. I wouldn't mind that. Kick 7 goals in the grand final. That would be very nice.
That's asking
asking a lot. But if he gets it done, and please stay off the field. We could be 5 minutes to go, and we could be down by 3 points. Just be aware. If you're going to come onto the ground, be aware of the situation. Just be aware. Second vote will go to T-shirt Tom Atkins. I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic. And the 3 votes, he hasn't got any love. I thought he was fantastic tonight. That's Jack Henry.
Really?
I thought Jack Henry was extremely good on what was his name? Logan Morris, the so-called the next Phil Thorpe. I thought he was outstanding on him. Kept him to 1 goal, which he kicked in that last quarter, which meant absolutely nothing. So that's my 3-2-1. I thought they were a underrated performance by Jack Henry.
And any drive-bys from you tonight at all? Are you quite happy with everyone? No need for. I mean, you want Ollie Henry to come back in, but who are you kicking out?
Yeah, I just think Jack Martin's. He didn't have a good game, Jack Martin, and Stengel's form's concerning. Didn't have good games. Mind you, Stengel, he's a gun. He's an absolute gun player, Stengel, so he'll be all right. But Jack Martin, I want to see Ollie Henry. And I thought Jai Clark was fantastic. Yeah, it wasn't he noticed. He got selected over Mitch Nevitt. Geez, didn't that pay off with Jai Clark getting the ball every 5 seconds? Oh, how wonderful that was. Just another stupid decision by Chris Scott. What an absolute idiot. But anyway, Ben.
You could have had Bailey Smith coming off the bench in the last 3 minutes, and you would have been like, he's no good. He only had 1 touch in 3 minutes.
No, it's all right. Apparently, Mena's done a calf. Can we confirm that?
No, he had a cramp.
Cramp?
I'm sure.
Yeah, Channel 7 was saying he had a calf complaint, and he never came on. So he's all good with that?
No, he cramped up. He's probably had too much garlic sauce on his souvlaki or something. 3/4 time.
Okay. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping to bring Ollie Henry back. He could be a straight swap. But that's all right. Well done to Sean Mann. Had a good game as well. But anyway, Ben. No.
Oh, you kicked yourself off too quick. That was just a bit trigger happy there. Anyway, he's gone. All right. Last guest tonight is Horatio. And I don't have a special song for you, Horatio, but I'm working on it. G'day.
Yeah, good. Obviously,
old school Guernsey filler. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I had to find one that still fits me.
Kent Kingsley vibes that has.
It's a. I think I got this in 2000 at the.
That's a bit right.
Clearance sale down at the Fueler outlet shop on Nicholson Street in Fitzroy.
The dark old days.
It's actually got Ben Graham's number and signature on the back. So
nice.
And I've got the old one of the old Navy Slazenger training Guernseys underneath with the
old
Shield logo on it. But I was going all right until I was heading back to the car and I hit the deck crossing Swan Street and hurt myself. I held myself on my car keys. I don't know what happened. I was just trotting across the road where the Precinct Hotel is in Richmond there, and 1 minute I was sort of just going across the road, and the next minute I was heading for the bitumen.
Oh dear.
Laying there on the footpath, like, geez, I'm glad we just won because I'd feel like a right dickhead right now if we had.
Did any Brisbane supporters rush over to help you up or anything like that?
No, they'd already gone home.
Yeah.
I went out for it. I was fighting. No, I went out for a dart at 3/4 time, but they were already leaving. They'd already conceded. So
it's a hard life. It's a hard life being a Brisbane fan.
Well, they weren't my favourite people tonight, so they could tongue my whatevers. Yeah. No, it's
What are your thoughts on the game tonight?
Well, yeah, like I said well, with all the talk that, you know, everyone's sort of been getting into Lucas about his views on Chris Scott, and I was like, well, you know, if it was the end, you know, if this was 2021, I probably would have agreed. I would have agreed with him. And I don't know. I'm sort of hearing people talking about the prelim last year, and I'm like, that wasn't. I don't think that was really a coaching thing. Like we just had a patch there where we got outplayed by a better side, and you know, we still nearly got over the line. So
yeah.
But in sort of thinking about that, I was like, you know, I'm like, what if we get rolled here, you know, and then, you know, we sort of do what we did for, you know, most of the period in between 2011 and 2022 is, well, yeah, get thumped in the first week, and then, you know, yeah, end up handing one out in the second week and then going out in the prelim. I'm like, yeah, if that happened again, well, you know, maybe there's
same thing. Yeah.
Well, maybe you know, maybe the sort of the old those old concerns have returned, but you know, I thought, oh, look, you know, as I've said on here in recent weeks, you know, my problem in those days is like we sort of subscribed to Einstein's definition of insanity, which is doing the same thing over and over and expecting to get a different result each time. It's like, you know, you've got to learn, you know, if it didn't work last time, it's probably not going to work this time. So, yeah, my hope had been that, okay, a couple of sides that were likely to play, at least one of them, maybe both of them coming into the finals, they've exposed a couple of glaring weaknesses in our, you know, a couple of chinks in our armour. Are we going to do more of what we saw, say, in 2022, where we'd actually learned from our mistakes and, you know, make those adjustments and address those issues as the season progresses? Or are we going to do the same sort of thing we did for like a 10-year period there in between those premierships? It was like, you know, we're just going to think that we can just do it this way and that's going to work, even though, you know, these teams know we're going to do that and we're not going to do anything different. And when I say different, I mean, we're not going to, you know, it's not necessarily, I've never been a plan B guy. It's about taking the plan that you have, and you only have to just make a slight adjustment to consider, hey, the opposition know what we're going to do and they're going to try to do something to prevent that, and we've got to be ready for it. And I mean, that's what happened when we played Brisbane at Geelong. You know, like they had decided that their plan was going to be to sort of set, you know, sort of play sort of half, sort of in between space and sort of sag off a bit so that they could judge, you know, which way the kick was going to go. And instead of, you know, and we didn't respond to that. So, yeah, you know, like that's the thing I'd be looking for, was just the signs that we acknowledge that, yeah, there's an issue here. We're going to need to address it if we want to get anywhere. And the signs were there. That, you know, I saw the signs, particularly in the Sydney game, that we had done that. So when I was thinking about the game yesterday, you know, I was talking with my missus and I said, look, if we come out, you know, I know they said it in Discord after the game last night. I said, look, if we come, I can't believe how, like, nobody's tipping us. I don't know how the odds we're favourite with the bookies, because none of the media's picking us. Even the Geelong supporters that I'm talking to aren't picking us. Like, they're all like, oh, well, I wonder who we're going to play next week. Almost. I'm like, wait a minute. You know, we can, you know, I don't care. You know, everyone's thinking, oh, they've got this, they've got that. It's like, they really haven't been that, you know, they've been okay this year. Obviously, they finished, it's like we finished ahead of them. Yeah, they beat us last time out, but,
yeah,
you know, what people seem to be quite down on our chances here. And I'm like, look, all we've got to do against this mob is come out sharp and show that we've learned from the mistakes we made last time and not butcher it to buggery like we did in that game. Like our field kicking was absolutely appalling in that game. So as long as we don't do that again, so I think we've got I actually said, I think my words in Discord were basically like, if we come out sharp, we'll beat these guys easy. And it's like, oh, we're not going to, it won't be easy. It's like, no, I think we'll beat them pretty convincing. So I think we'll beat them pretty convincingly. And we've won on that basis, I will say, like I wasn't like, oh, we're going to go out and thump them. Like, but I had faith that, hey, if we're doing the right thing, if what I've seen, the indications I've seen are correct, then I think we've got these blokes. And yeah, fortunately, that proved to be the case. So, and I mean, the other thing that I said to my missus yesterday was like, I think the side that wins this game will win the flag. So, that remains to be seen. But I think I think watching last night's game and then watching tonight's game, I think there was a fair difference in the overall quality of the play, for sure. So yeah, had we lost this game, I still sort of think I think we're a big chance now to go on with it. So I mean, what else could you say? It was bloody, just that everything I'd hoped that I was going to see when I rocked up. It all unfolded exactly that way, and then some, really. So,
except getting a mouthful of pavement. You didn't.
Well, fortunately, the bonds is fine, but the few other bits are not traveling so well. The old ribs have taken a bit of a beating, among other things. But
I was going to say, we might look back on this year and go, why did we ever doubt Geelong? Like we have literally won 14 out of the last 16 games, and yes, we had a soft finish to the year, but the last 16 games haven't been soft. Geelong is flying, and I think AFL world is starting to take notice. Strange, as you said, that everyone was tipping Brisbane to beat us. I wouldn't say I was pessimistic. I wasn't overly confident either. I just thought, well, if we lose, I still feel the Cats are good enough to make the grand final, and we'll probably play Brisbane in the grand final. And I probably feel like Brisbane is going to somehow find a way to get through to a prelim and beat Collingwood, and we'll see them again. So I think strap in for another dose of the Brisbane Bears Lions. 3 weeks time, I reckon. That's just my personal opinion, but
look, the thing going into the game is, like I say, you're always looking for those. As I say, you're always looking for those signs. It's like, look, if we actually come out and do this, then I'm going to find it real hard to keep the lid on, because having had that experience in the past, where I thought, it was right there in our grasp, and we just didn't have what it took. We just did not prove ourselves. In the heat of battle, we just did not stand up on numerous other occasions there. So I'm like, look, I've got a good feeling about where we're at, and I think we're going to come out and do the business. Because that was kind of the thing. I thought, what if we, it's just we get a bit like the prelim last year. We in the end we got beat by we got beat by a better side. Yeah. We threw everything. We had a decent crack at them. I don't think we, I'm hearing things like, oh, we blew it, or not blew it, but we kind of, we capitulated or whatever. It's like we were 90 seconds away from the grand final. Probably one bad hand, one stray Mitch Duncan hand pass, and there's a decent chance we were in. So not sort of holding anything against Mitchie there, but but I'm just saying, like, it was a fine line, and people are talking like they absolutely destroyed us. It's like they beat us by 10 points in the last 2 minutes, almost the last minute of the game. So, I don't know why. I don't know why I'm hearing this, because if we come out tonight and we play our game and we can sort of get it. Let's say we come out sharp. I think we've got these blokes covered, because apart from the fact that, they gave us a bit of a touch up last time. They really haven't been they've been up and down like a yo-yo all year. And then
a couple of good games, a couple of 3 or 4 good games together. That's my doubt on Brisbane winning the whole thing. It's just,
like the thing, I don't, obviously you watch it on the TV, but I'll tell you the thing I noticed. I don't know if it showed up on the TV, but I think the thing that I was most surprised about tonight was, and look, I don't want to dwell on the whole umpiring thing. As an old friend of mine used to say, good teams win no matter how bad the umpiring is. So, I was so angry I was shaking, because I'm like, everyone was like, are they paying? What was that freak? What, people couldn't work out what was going on.
No.
And it's like the pay. No, and I was sort of talking to people around. I was like, no, they weren't paying 50s. It wasn't 50 meters. They paid a free kick 140 meters off the ball. It's like back in my day, like back in my younger days, it's like the only time you paid a free kick that far off the ball is if your king hit someone and they were getting carried off on a stretcher. Like, it's like you got a bloke that gets a little nudge in the back and goes down like he's been shot, and you call and we were about to have a shot at goal. I'm like, you're kidding me, aren't you? Now, I mean, okay, Goth coming in and sort of, after he started mouthing off and being a dickhead, just come in and like, and then he flopped again and got another free kick. I'm like, yeah.
You can't pay him anyway. I've ranted and ranted.
I won't dwell on that, but I was sort of people were messaging me and stuff, and I said, you know what? I said they knew they were on the ropes. They knew that they were in strife, and so they were resorting to that sort of shit because they knew they were in trouble. So that was the thing. I was like, well, and then I thought, we gave away that second one. It's, there was nothing in it that shouldn't have been paid, but it was still a little bit undisciplined. I'm like, I hope we don't lose our bottle here and just, sort of lose our composure and sort of go after him. But then, there probably wasn't enough time really for that to happen. But no, we sort of we just got like, okay, it's happened, and settled back into it. And then Buddy had that holding the ball free kick that one umpire paid it and another one said it was a ball up, and somehow the one that was called the ball up over, I'm like, what is going on here? but yeah, like I just at that point I'm like, we've got them. Like, they're beaten here. Like they are doing that because they got nothing else. They know we're all over them. Like, our pressure from the first, okay, they got that first goal. Our pressure was just outstanding from start to finish. And
held up for the whole game. That was the impressive part. I thought, any team can bring it for 5 or 10 minutes, but we just maintained it and took it to another level throughout the game. And just in the end, it was like Brisbane, you could just see they'd given up. They were like 4 goals down. I'm like, if it was home and away season, you'd have a crack to the very end, but they're like, nah, we can't win this.
Well, this is what surprised me, is that, the scoreboard flattered them well and truly, because one, they got given 2 goals, but literally handed 2 goals for no reason by the umpire. But they kicked pretty straight, and we didn't. If those sort of things hadn't happened, I'd say we probably should have won by 10 or 12 goals, really. That's all academic. I mean, we get the win and we move on. It doesn't matter by how much. But no, the thing that surprised me was I just noticed, and I think it might have even been, there was a little passage there on the wing that I was standing on right before Rayner got those free kicks, and a passage on the other side, something about halfway through the third quarter. I'm like, these blokes are taking short steps here. Like, they don't want it. Like, they're scared.
Yeah.
Like, we were just hitting them so hard. Like, yeah, they were hearing the footsteps and they didn't, like, I'm calling out, like, they don't want it. They don't want it. and a few Lion supporters actually that was sitting in front of me actually turned around and goes, you know, you're right. We don't want it. And I was like, well, there you go. But yeah, that surprised me. It's like they were intimidated. And, you know, for all, you know, for all the good things I could say about us, you know, in recent years, I would say, you know, sort of being a physically intimidating side isn't one of the things that we're necessarily known for. But the Lions were bloody intimidated by us tonight. And yeah, like I said, more than a few of their blokes were taking short steps when the heat was on. And I sort of just assumed, just you saying that, you know, you expect them to bounce back next week, beat the Pies, and, you know, we win and, you know, we'll play them again. I'm not so sure about that. Like, you know, if Collingwood applied a similar sort of pressure last night, and that's ultimately why they won that game, because Adelaide, you know, their lack of finals experience was sort of really told, because when the heat was on, they just didn't know. They didn't know how to handle it. I'm like, you know, if the Pies come out like that against Brisbane at the G with 95,000 bloody feral Collingwood supporters there, like, if they're taking short steps against us, like, what are they going to do if they wind up back there in a prelim? Like, honestly, I was shocked. I was shocked. And the other thing too is, like, yeah, like Lockie Neal looks like he's cooked. So that's going to hurt him, because I think he was pretty much, you know, he was the only one really doing anything constructive with the pill, to the point where I don't know if you saw him. There was a couple there where he had to kick it backwards, and he's bloody, like, the finger pointing started, and he's bloody starting to give it to Blake. He was giving it to Blake. Like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? Get out, you know, what, I want to kick it over here. I want to kick, you're supposed to be over there. And I'm like, God, it's disappointing we're not really smashing these blokes. But I wasn't, like, it's always that sort of thing where I looked at the you know, when you're downstairs at the G, they'll have the TV, they'll have like the actual, like, Channel 7 or Fox thing on, so you can see how much time's left on the screen. When you get your
when I'm getting a drink or something, I can still see the scores and all that going on.
Yeah, but they have, like, because when you're looking out on the actual ground, they still do the times counting up.
Yep.
So you don't see but you can see the clock counting down on when they've got the screens with the TV coverage up. And I sort of, just for a brief moment, they kicked those couple of goals in the last quarter and got it back to, you know, got it back under 5 goals. And I've looked around at the clock and I'm like, shit, there's still like 7 minutes to go.
Yeah. Oh, it's not over yet.
And I was like, well, that was the thing. I thought, you know, look, these blokes are, you know, can, if they somehow manage to flick a switch here, they can very easily kick 4 or 5 pretty quickly. And then I thought about that for about 2 seconds, like, no, mate, there's no switch being flicked tonight, mate. They're shot and they know it.
Yeah,
so
a couple of goals was a bit misleading there, I think. But they didn't look like they wanted it enough when they were even 4 goals down. Like, they don't want it. Like, what's going on? Like, 4 goals, come on, 7 minutes, like, it's doable. But I don't think they had the gas in the tank, and they knew that the little dial was ticking to zero in the terms of petrol tickets left. But
I think you're right. I think they did probably turn it up a bit there in the end, even though we did let him in for a couple of goals. But we pretty much, I think after that went down and kicked another one, and then probably should have kicked another one or two after that. So yeah.
I want to just. Sorry, you go.
No, go on.
I was just going to say I was going to take you back to 2009. The similar end to the half in the grand final against St Kilda, umpiring controversy. We gave up 2 goals. I think there was a controversial goal at the 29-minute mark, and then there was another goal about 30 seconds later, and then umpire free kick at the top of the goal square. Something Milburn did or said or something like that.
Yeah, what it was. That was the game where Toma had that flying shot that skimmed off the post.
Yeah,
because it was raining,
so
you could. So the ball kind of skidded. It just shaved it, so it didn't alter the trajectory of the ball because it was wet. So it just kind of skimmed it and slid through. So the goal umpire, none of the umpires noticed it. And then when they went back, when they went back and showed it on the screen, everyone's like, "Oh man, that actually hit the post." And then that was the thing. Like they got that goal, and then they got that goal right before halftime, and then basically I think Milburn basically sort of gave. Well, he said he was sort of gesturing to the umpire that, this was the second sort of, but the umpire took it like he was flipping the bird at him. So he gave him, and I'm like, they were just looking for any excuse for a square up there. Like that was purely and simply a square up because they fucked up the Hawkins goal at the other end.
Let's do 2 fuck ups. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, like I said, I think that one was just a square up for the mistake they made with us at the other end, but. Tonight, seriously, you don't. It's a final. Like, come on, there's going to be a little bit of argy-bargy, but okay, if you want to, it's not, it's not the 1980s or 1990s anymore, so you can't sort of, rough blokes up just because it's finals and.
No. And there was
stuff like that. Stuff like that anymore. But so
you're allowed to bump someone, like a little bit of push and shove. Especially, how many times do you see a defender and a key forward push each other, and just even like they're having a chat 1 minute, and then it's just they're warming each other up. It's like it was nothing more than that. And as I said, I think O'Connor nearly fell over because he wasn't expecting Rayner to fall to the ground. Like, what's going on here? I've lost my balance. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, umpires made a howler, and the AFL will probably feel like they can bury it because it wasn't a close game, and there won't be much. There'll be more to talk about how good Geelong is and how bad Brisbane was, and the umpire will be a footnote.
Yeah, I think. I think that particular umpire won't need to wait until the end of September to be booking his holidays, mate. He's cooked. Like that was just like I just that.
Yeah, I wonder bad decision. Campaign, but yeah, it was a shock. I don't know how he went the rest of the game. It might have been awesome for the rest of the game, but like
that bloody was it the one Zorko got where it was like he was out of bounds when he got. It's like how can you pay that free kick? He's out of bounds. Like the ball's dead. That's not a free kick.
Front row.
No, it was. Yeah, the umpiring was a disgrace. Like even my brother messaged me and said he's a St Kilda supporter. He's like, why do I said I'm watching this game and I'm getting the feeling that the umpires are determined to impact on the outcome of this game. Like there's some of these decisions are just atrocious. So if he's messaging me and saying that, then it's got to be pretty bad. So,
it was shocking. But anyway, bring us home with some final thoughts, and we'll start wrapping it up.
Yeah, well, I think just on the umpiring, though, is I think having that happen and getting the, okay, we got away with the win, it didn't end up costing us anything. Hopefully that sharp means that the umpiring is going to be a bit sharper for the remainder of the final series. But yeah, my final thoughts is I hark back to 2022 when I was talking to my brother going into the first week of the finals, and I said, mate, I got a good feeling about this. I said, I feel real good about this final series. And he's like, oh, yeah, you got a chance. It's like, mate, we're 2 games ahead and 20% of the next team. I said, that's a pretty clear indication you're the best team in it. So I said, we've just got to go out and do we just got to go out and do the business. And that's the thing, is just, as I say, you're looking for signs, and you could just see, even though that Collingwood game was close, you could just see we had the answers all day, but the intent and just the belief and all of those things that we just had that game, even though it was close, we had it covered. I'm like, we'll win this from here on our absolute ear.
Exactly.
Like we are on. And my final, my final thought after watching that game tonight is I saw something very, very similar with this performance today. Like, and considering that, there's a lot of negativity around our chances from various places this week, to come out and put an emphatic smackdown like that on them. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to keep a lid on it, but I feel very, very confident now that. Well, I think I could safely say we're the team to beat, and it's ours to lose. So,
long way to go still, though. 2 games to get through, and every grand final, every final series, there's usually a close one. 2011 is the only year where I think we won by 5 goals every game. Every finals, at least we won by 5 goals. But there's always a close one. There's always a nail biter. Is it? So I still feel like we haven't faced that test yet, and that's the only way to prove our credentials is to win through that one. Who knows? Maybe it'll be one of those years where we just absolutely blitz the competition, and we look back and go, nah, what were they talking about? Geelong was far and away the best team in 2025.
No, I think you got a fair point there. I'd be surprised if we didn't get a close one. Should we win? Whether it's the next one, and should we win that maybe in the grand final? I would be surprised if there wasn't a reasonably tight one in there. Just given the fact that I think there's not a lot separating the top 8. So. You would expect, a bit like the Pies last night. No, but everybody's like they're going out in straight sets. And, while I don't think that they, I don't think they played to the same level that we did tonight. They still came out and got the job done. So, I think if it, I expect one of the other teams to, certainly one of the teams coming up tomorrow, they'll sort of fancy their chances as well. So I think it'll be close, but as I say, my thing is just I hope that we would go out and show what we did tonight, and then we did. So that always gives me a pretty good and positive feeling, because particularly with us, where we over the years at various times we've had a history of dropping the ball when it's not holding serve when it's been on our racket. Just knowing when just having that sense of I think we're in control of our. I think we've got control of our situation here, and we're on top of our game. And there's no guarantees, obviously, but
One
I think
bad
there's a
game.
bit
All it takes. Only takes one bad game, and then it all falls apart. And generally, it does fall apart for 7 of the finalists, doesn't it? So, one way or another, there's only one standing at the end. So you got to be bloody good to win it. It's not going to be given to you no matter what.
No, and I think this will be it'll be a good one to win because I think like I said, it's a bit like 2016. I think where sort of anybody had like that's what happened. Bulldogs got up and going and they took it. I think this year's very similar to that, where any one of the 8, if they caught fire, could win it. So yeah.
No one's won it from 4th, though. Collingwood, they have to break history. No one's won it. Make history. No one's won it from 4th. So
yeah,
in this final 8 system, at least, anyway. So history is beckoning, but history will also tell you that it's probably going to be 1st, 2nd, or 3rd on the ladder that's going to end up being there, holding up the trophy.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what transpires tomorrow and next week, and then it's back in for another crack.
I can't wait. I can't wait to just sit back and watch a few games of footy with no stress. And I'll get a bit stressed come up to the prelim, but it's just going to be a good weekend in Melbourne. 2 finals, a Friday and a Saturday twilight, maybe Saturday night, potentially. Probably if we're playing an interstate opponent, you would think it would be a twilight game. It has been historically a twilight game. So interstate opponents can get back the same night and not have to be stuffed around too much.
Yeah, so like, how does it work? Like, Adelaide's got to play the winner of Giants and Hawthorn. Yeah.
So if they win,
and then we play so we will either get like Giants, Adelaide, or Hawthorn.
Yeah, so if we're playing an interstate side, it'll almost guaranteed be a Saturday twilight game, you'd think, because the interstate side needs to have a chance to get back to their home state. But if you were playing Hawthorn, which is that one Melbourne team, which is a possibility, it'll be Saturday 7:20 type thing, I'm guessing. That's just a guess, but we'll see. I don't think it'll be Friday night solely because we're in Geelong and it's hard for Geelong people to get to the game. And we don't really need an 8-day break anyway. We don't need an 8 days.
When has that ever worried them?
No big deal. There's 2 weeks. We've got 2 weeks off anyway, so who cares? So just give us what we want. We finished higher than Collingwood. We'll play Saturday twilight, thanks, or Saturday night, whatever it is. And we'll have a big party. And then we'll have a good week of celebrating and getting ready for a grand final, and then another week of celebrating the win, and eventually have to get on with our lives and plan the next premiership.
Yeah,
I might have just gone a bit too far there.
all I can say is I think we've all been around long enough to know the feeling of how good the summers are when you've won the damn thing, and you just get to savor it all summer long, and you come back the next year. It's
it's so good.
It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling.
It's a great feeling.
Well, besides, I need him to win so I can come down and celebrate and eat me pizzas.
Exactly. You got a couple of pizzas building up there, so I think I might have to give the pizza to Goth Mama Cat tonight because I think she was in the chat getting a bit grumpy with me. I may have accidentally misgendered her. I didn't intend it. I was probably more not assuming gender, but if I've caused any offense, I do apologize. So I'm happy to give the pizza to Goth Mama Cat if that helps to go some way towards apologizing. But Horatio, thank you. You're always a pleasure to chat with. I love, and you're always very patient too in the chat. Thanks for coming on. It's always fun. Hopefully we'll do it again in a couple of weeks. Go Catters.
All right.
That is me done. Just a little bit under 3 hours. I'm not going to milk it like Paul does. We'll end the stream there. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I should have said a little bit off the top of the show. I really need to get in the habit of saying at the start of the show, a massive, massive, massive thank you to Shannon Pizza, sponsor of the Postgame Live show. As I said, we're giving away the free large pizza to Goth Mama Cat tonight. Mainly because you were singing the Kung Fu song, which I had a good laugh at. That was a bit of fun. I enjoy a bit of a sing along on the show. So yeah, thank you to them, and also don't forget Cyril Cook Florist. Get your flowers, drop your emojis, all that sort of stuff. I'll be back in 2 weeks for sure for the preliminary final. We'll see if we've got another live post-game show next weekend with one of the other finals potentially. I'm sure there'll be some interest in talking about our potential opponent after that game, whoever that may be. I'm not sure which game it'll be just yet. We've got to figure it. A couple of games to get through this weekend still, but we might try and squeeze something out. Definitely. Thanks, Clint. Thanks for coming on and having a bit of watch, and Spartacus as well. Off to the nightclub. Off you go, Spartacus. Crack some moves or do whatever they do these days. Anyway, that's it. So thanks for watching, everyone. Go Cats, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
In his hand, it's time for the show. Dropping pussy town facts, mitts, forwards and backs. Representing G-Town while talking the smack. Crashing backs like Patty, where the hell you at? Whose crew are exploding, don't ever look back. But then we got Paul, yeah, he knows his stuff. He's a man, he's a myth, taking on the nuts. The man don't miss, he loves to react. His words cut deep, he's a counterattack. Balls on fire, brings a mic to life. Don't fuck with P-Dog if you value your life. Oh, they fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town. The Hoops crew's here and they'll never back down. Jake, Johnny, Sambo, always rocking the game. Betty and Paul, man, remember the names. Jake's bringing the noise with Johnny and Sambo, the chaps chat boys. They're electric and they're ready to roll. The boys are on fire and they're taking control. Recaps and previews, yeah, they cover it all. Part of the Hoops crew with Betty and Paul. They fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town. The Hoops crew, baby, they'll never back down. Jake, Johnny, Sambo, always rocking the game. Betty and Paul, chasing glory and fame. Brad with the sleeves, Max Holmes and Jack Bose. Tommy fucking Atkins, he'll break your damn nose. Stewie in the middle, and Reese in the ruck. They see Big Jezza and they know they're fucked. They're the G-Town boys, go hard or go home. They're fucking insane, taking over the throne. Oh, they fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town. The Hoops